hello. Happy Monday, September 25th. Okay. Goodness, Christmas is around the corner. Are you ready?
Can we talk about Halloween first?
Right, let's get there first.
Can we talk about candy first? Costumes, please.
I'm excited. I do want to dive into the holidays. We're going to talk about the holidays, just in case we don't talk about them later this year. But before we dive in, I want to, for those watching, this is our last show for a while. Okay. Think of it as the title, as a season finale, not as a series finale. So it's a season finale. When will we be back? When will the next season start? Who knows? We'll just see. We're just going to see. But for our...
She's crying. She's not really laughing. She's bawling.
Facade.
Shout out to the interns for putting the just like banner up there that just says "We're crying" in the back. That was from the interns. Just to let you guys know. I see it in the chat. I see it. But before we dive into all those things, I do want to welcome our guest. You were on back in the OG days when we were doing this thing on Discord, which was a nightmare for producing. Okay. It was a nightmare. When somebody left, all the boxes skewed to the right and left, and I had to reshape. It was a pain in the butt.
Just pin it. I don't know why they don't let you pin videos. It's crazy. Oh, well.
2023.
2023, we out here.
That's, we would think it would be better, but only, hopefully next time. Yeah. Oni, go ahead and introduce yourself. Who is you and what do you do?
I is Black Oni. I am a graphic designer and illustrator and content creator. So I'm on several fronts of content creation. I'm here to entertain, excite, and educate through my content. You can find me on twitch.tv/blackoni or blackoni.com/gaming will take you to all of my gaming related stuff. If you want to check out all the other stuff that I do, it's also on blackoni.com. So that's just like a little snapshot. I can't go down a list of all the stuff that I've done and that I do, but just know that I make things look pretty and I'm here to make you happy. So
like your room.
Awesome. Yeah. Your room is like, I know the interns were looking at it before. We started in the pregame, but yeah, it's a pretty cool. I like the hold on, make him big again. Is that Storm?
It sure is. It sure is.
Yeah, move your head all over a little bit. Oh,
Storm, Psylocke, we got Morgan. I'm trying to get some more black figures, but y'all know it ain't
quality. I feel
there's a few of them out there, and that's it. So I got the few. I got Miles Morales in there too, but he's in a suit, so you can't, But yeah,
I love that.
My guy. Yeah.
Storm takes up all the space they deserve, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's lit.
I love Storm.
Yeah.
Shout out to Aurora. Yes, Aurora. Shout out to her.
That's right.
And Chelsea, I know that they know you, but this is the last show for a while. So tell the people who you are and what you do.
Hi, everybody. I'm Chelsea Bites. I build computers. I like to mod them from time to time, but overall, I'm just a goofy variety streamer on top of being an on-camera host for several companies you probably recognize. But I also like to come here and just talk nonsense, make Christine's job super, super difficult. So, I'm kind of, I'm trying not to cry because I don't get to do that for a while. It's okay. I'll be all right. It's nice to meet you on this series, season finale.
Season.
Everybody, season. See, I had to make a mistake so you guys could remember. But yeah, I don't know why it took you so long to get here, but okay. Welcome. Welcome in, y'all.
Yeah.
That's only you can imagine the madness I put Christine through just from that moment.
Oh, no doubt about it.
I'm a problem.
I saw glisten in my. Hold on, y'all got the image because this is the last time we'll be able to do it. Y'all got that Chelsea image, interns? You got to put that up there.
What y'all got?
That one image. Y'all, I know y'all have it somewhere. When y'all grab it, the one from the commercial.
Well, right now, interns just don't do your job. Usually, you're really good at your job. Just don't do it.
No, this is the last one. You guys better get that image. Okay, y'all need to say 1 second. Right?
What am I getting into? Oh my God. Destiny, I see you.
I know. That's-
J-Dog with the yeah, highlight all the comments. Highlight all of them. They deserve to be highlighted.
We'll be doing. Oh, Jaden says, "What's up, Oni?"
Hello. Hi.
Halloween's on a Tuesday. That means I can make a bison.
M Bison.
Who's M Bison? Is that the same as Bison?
Why you shifted? Oh my god. Okay.
You don't know about that Street Fighter?
I know.
I didn't know there was an M in front of it. That's why I said, is it Bison?
It's M Bison.
M Bison?
It's M Bison.
Was the M always there?
He kind of, fascist coded, but I
usually an M dot Bison, so maybe that's what threw you off. That's what it was. Yeah.
That's what it was. That's what it was. You know,
I got you.
That's what it was. I
Free
had
Christine.
No idea.
Oh my god.
Welcome in, you got it, Ayana? The image in the back. Desi said Ayana got it.
Sick.
We gotta wait till this. As this image is coming up, when you have it, just slap it up there, okay? Whenever you guys are ready. So holidays. What's your favorite holiday?
Oh wow, that's a great. I mean, for me, it's still Halloween. I can't say Christmas no more because I'm not a kid. Period. Like, I like the feeling, I like the vibes, but now I gotta spend money.
Yeah.
And it hurts.
That's
right.
Yeah, that is true. That is
Halloween.
A really good point.
I can dress up. I can just get my little, well, now it's like $10 bag, but my $10 bag candy. And it's acceptable.
Okay, let's talk about inflation. I think I was talking to Ego the other day because we were talking about like quarter waters and like those little juices and those little jugs that you could get or whatever.
Yeah.
And ice pops. Remember, you could get for $1. You could go in there and get some chips. Chips like 50 cents. Candy was less than $1. Now you can't even get anything for $1 now. You cannot get anything for $1 anymore.
I mean, even Dollar General got their non-dollar section, so it's like, it's
that hurts.
Right?
They gotta be sued for that. I just feel like if we're gonna we gotta keep up with the dollar agenda. Keep that energy. You started the brand on $1, finish it on $1. Like,
I need $1.
Oh,
they're trying to get us. It's wild how these prices out here. You can't really, candy
salary's still the same.
Yeah,
not going up. That's the problem.
They don't want to pay no more money.
I remember when I used to measure my time in McChickens, and because a McChicken was $1. Remember when something like you could go on the dollar menu and they're not
the dollar menu. You remember the dollar menu?
Yeah,
they don't have that ish.
It wasn't good eating them dollar meals, right?
And your bacon cheeseburger.
Yeah. Yes. Man. Oh my God. That would hit. I'm sorry.
It was
2 a.m. I'm like, I got this. I got some leftover Junior bacon cheeseburgers right here.
That's one of my favorite burgers from Wendy's.
Yeah, from like
you have a leftover Junior bacon cheeseburger.
You go for the run. You go for the run like right before they close because you're a college student and you're running late all the time. So you get a whole lot. And then you just got some like while you're studying. It's like 2 a.m. now. I'm hungry again. I got some left over. I used to stock up.
They put it in like the foil anyways. Well, Wendy's does. They put it in like the foil.
Wendy's does foil. McDonald's don't care about you. They just put it in like that wrap paper. Yeah.
Wendy's is built different for real.
The same.
Wendy's is built different. People sleep on it.
There we go.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Get her out of here, bro. Who is that? I don't even know what she's thinking. What is she?
Right now, she got her Beyonce hair right now. Okay, her hair is Beyonce. Okay, what is she grabbing? That's a great question. Let's look at the image again to see. All right, let's pull that image up again. Let's see. What Christine she's grabbing.
What is she?
I think it's more of like a salute. It's like a salute. Like, hey, I see you.
I see what I see in that. I see like laying them edges down like that.
Okay.
Just
this is the before. She's laying the edges and then take the picture down. That's the after. There we go.
Boom.
Y'all
That's a vibe right there. That needs to be profile picture status right there.
I'll take Christine's comments because I've basically dragged her for weeks now. So
it's the last.
You can have that one. Yeah, she could have that one. Okay, okay. You see me. Thank you.
Yeah, you
y'all.
see,
Thank
yeah,
you.
you see.
They see you.
Y'all are
They
funny. Oh my god. Yeah.
What
No.
is it? She
I
about
gotta
to drop
keep
the
up.
biggest
I gotta keep
roast?
up with the inflation, so I gotta do bigger gigs now, y'all. It's getting crazy out here.
That's true.
Yo, honestly, like that's a joke, but not.
It's not.
It's not a joke.
It's
not a
that
joke.
real
you know
shit.
how Lionel Richie would get out there and make jokes about like, but it was serious stuff.
Mhm.
Like he would make jokes, but he's like, no, it's real, y'all. Though, like
It's
you
life.
laughing,
I'm
but it's
saying
life.
We
it
laugh through the
here
pain.
because it's my
We laugh through
platform, but
Yeah, I'm joking, but when you go home, you gonna think about that one,
Mm.
like
Right.
for real. But we're not trying to make y'all think. I thank y'all for waiting for so long to expose me. Do we need to do some shout outs now, Christine?
Yeah, so shout out to that's her way of like, let's move the show along. Shout out to the members. Okay. Shout out to Mac Winners Eliminate and Maya Papaya. Benefits will be changing. Benefits will be changing and shifting as the content will be changing and shifting. Like I said, today is a season finale for the live show, but that doesn't mean that content will stop on the channel. We will be bringing interviews and things like that. The way that we'll do it will be a little different. We have more to talk about as far as scheduling as well for that. And then there, reviews and things like that. We're gonna just shift and we're just gonna change. But it's just the live show is gonna take a long hiatus for a while.
You know what you need to start doing? You know what you need to start doing, Christine? You start giving out deficits. All right. You need to give deficits to some of these people in chat. Because I see what Stank said, and you gotta get them out. You gotta get
Let me see. Can someone pull up
you
that?
gotta get them.
No,
Wait a minute.
no,
Wait a
no,
minute.
no,
I'm
no.
gonna take my water.
Oh, you saw a $25 item but that is funny though, Stank.
No,
I'll
they
take it
meant
back.
take this one
I know
out.
they
Take
meant
this one out.
I know they meant the other thing, but I do see you.
No, I
that
was
was
talking about
good.
the interns. I was like, take that quote down. Take that quote down. Take that quote down.
Oh, hey, Stank, you about to get it. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my goodness. And we got that clip of Charlie, Jazz, Dwayne, and T catching Christine eating that one time.
Oh,
okay. First of all, I feel like yes, you should be able to eat during the streams. Okay.
Who asked you? Is it good?
Listen, all of them did because it was.
They did.
I had a big bowl. It's a very large bowl, and what's hilarious? That same meal, hubby's ordering for me right now.
Good.
Same meal
Full circle.
that I had. Yeah, that I had in a big bowl. And I was eating it during E3, I think of last year when they had it like all online and we were doing like the showcases and then things was long and I was hungry. So I was like, I gotta eat. Okay.
They said you pulled the bowl out of your hat. How'd you do that, Christine?
Oh my goodness.
That's the on-stream magic right there.
Right. It's a editing. I did like this. Whew, and then there was a bowl.
I have to ask, Oni, in all your time, just being a creator. If you had somebody come on your stream and they asked you, is it good? How fast you kicking them off your stream? I'm just asking.
I mean, they might not make it through the rest of the sentence.
Oh no.
That's what I'm saying.
They made it to the end of the show. And
that's because you nice.
I nearly choked laughing. Yes.
I'd have been like, it's good enough to get you out of here. Bye.
It's good enough. Bye.
I can do this myself. You just hungry. That's why. That's what
yeah. No, you can't have none.
Oh,
that's
man.
funny.
No, that's what you should have said. No, you can't have none. You don't even have to say nothing. Is it good? You can't have none.
Can you imagine?
I'm crying.
No, you can have none. They're like, well, I didn't ask. Yes, you did.
You did. You were. Don't lie. Right. Right, Oni. Right, Oni. I seen that. I saw it in your eyes.
That's funny. Really quick, I do want to say also shout out to our partnership with Otaku Noir. Otaku Noir has been partnering with us in the way that they have these beautiful, really cool Blurred mystery boxes, and you can get your next one with free shipping on us when you use the code PartyChat at checkout. Check out otakunoir.com, Otaku Noir on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, all the things. Tell them that we said hi. Lastly, subscribe and hit the notification bell. You especially are going to need to do that. Oh yeah, make sure you like this stuff now, like the stuff we've been doing, and like the stuff that's coming. All right. The algorithm really
Period.
likes and engagement. So leave a comment, colors, anything. Okay.
You know what I learned? I think on
Which one?
Twitter, and this is just me I'm derailing the conversation again. All they care about is likes. Like even if you commented, it didn't care. It was just like, just like it. And it
Oh,
was
on
like,
Twitter?
yeah,
Yeah.
Twitter
That's all
was
you
like,
needed?
just like it. They didn't care about chat, like comments,
No
not as much as
retweets?
just likes. Retweets were okay, but likes, that was it. If you just get a ton of likes, it goes. But don't mind me. Algorithms, they matter, and y'all need to do all of it anyway. All right. Like YouTube's different. That's a fact.
YouTube is different. YouTube,
YouTube's
they want engagement
comment,
and
like,
likes and comments. Yeah.
y'all know what to
But
do.
if I had known that about the tweets, I would have changed some strategies, when it came to the brand tweets, be like, hey guys, make sure you guys like it and engage, leave a comment. Now I just be like the thing, okay?
Just like this, please, and share with your friends. That's
all you gotta do. That's
Look,
all you gotta do.
I ain't trying to doom and gloom here, but might not matter that much longer.
I don't.
True.
I'm done.
Okay. That's yeah. So Oni, you literally just broke this news to me like 5 seconds ago.
Come on, break it to me now. I'll
Go
cry
ahead,
on
go
command.
ahead. What? Tell us.
Well, it's just everything that Elon Musk is doing to dismantle the platform. Like even since he got on, even since he was talking about buying Twitter, everything that he's proposed has been to derail and destroy and dismantle the entire platform. So now, I don't want to say it's rumor because he literally said it out loud, but the speculation that he's going to actually do it, which is to make Twitter a paid subscription service rather than you have to pay for premium. Now you got to pay to just use Twitter. So like I like Twitter for what I have to do specifically, but I don't like it enough for that.
Nobody does.
Right.
And who would?
Yeah.
I'm sick of that man. I've been seeing him traveling all over the place with his little kid, X. Just, oh yeah, I'm just
Wait, is
rich.
the kid's name X?
Yes.
There's so many reasons why he's just not the
You didn't know that baby's name?
No.
Absalom, baby. It's a name.
That kid's gonna grow up angry.
Let me
yeah.
Just always.
Yeah. Didn't he bring that baby to I think I just saw a video. He took that baby to the Turkish president and he's like, here, X. Yes, X. Is this
X. A new baby? Because the baby's listed on here.
It's like Aeon Flux.
Vivian, Nevada, Saxon, Griffin, Damien, and Kai.
What's the one with the
First of all, he got
strange,
a lot of kids.
What's the one with the strange that's like the baby's nickname. So it's like Aeon something. It's got some weird
okay, maybe they haven't put it on this site yet. Let me see it. Elon Musk baby.
Elon Musk baby. But I agree. I absolutely agree. Everything, the moment that man put his hands on Twitter, I knew for a fact we were done because he didn't buy it to. What makes me mad, I watched Noah Trevor's a clip on stocks and how stocks work. Since stocks are technically pre-tax, you can't get taxed on stocks. But for Elon to be able to put those up as collateral to buy Twitter, so it's like, okay, so you do have the money and we can tax you.
Of course.
Because you're using it to buy things. Because the whole point of stocks is that money's not real yet. It's not realized. It hasn't been turned into currency. So like, where's the knowledge here? Like, I do kind of have beef with Twitter, like the original Twitter, like stakeholders and owners and everything. Cause I'm like, not all money is good money. And you had literally, and sure, yeah, people look at billions and they're like, how could I possibly pass this up? That's such a dumb move, But this man, no, if we're going by the rule, he don't have it. That's why he tried to back out like the first time.
Yep.
But now we have it, and he's used it to buy one of the biggest like networking platforms on, to date. And he didn't care. He doesn't care. He did it because he wanted to just mess up something that we liked because he's a billionaire.
It was just a measuring situation. Like he was just
Thank you. Yeah.
Let me pull it out real quick and see how the
and
market
I'll be
reacts.
honest, it's looking pretty small. Okay.
It's there's such thing as micro.
He has the energy, macro the energy. Like it's micro. Like he is
I got the
It's a condition.
I said the pronunciation. Here's the spelling for you, Christine, for their son, and that's why they call him X, because it literally starts with X. I wonder if it'll paste. No, that's literally that baby's name. I know. I knew I wasn't wild. It starts with X, and they call that baby X. I watched a video where he called that baby X.
Now you say every time that baby walk in a room, I better hear X gonna give it to him.
Thank you, interns. Y'all did that. The interns did that. That's wild. I didn't even think of that. I wasn't about to mar that. I was about to mar DMX's name with this child. I'm sorry.
Don't blame it on the child. The child could be
it's not the child. Yeah. I'm not gonna mar him with Elon Musk, but I'm sorry. The baby's it's unfortunately associated. It's unfortunate, but it's fact. They're raising another little mini Musk. It's just how it is. But yeah, I miss it. I've kind of divorced it now. Like, it's taken some long months because Twitter used to be a lot of fun. I don't know, right? I don't know where all of I'm curious where all of the inventive, like, Black culture and creators are gonna go. Like, who, and maybe we're about to go through some awkward, like, creator phases where people don't know what to say. Like, they don't know what's hip now. We'll know because we don't, right? We've been there, but like, once we really see that full exodus off of Twitter, I feel like people are going to go through this weird growing phase, which I think is good for us. I don't know about, the rest of them gonna have to figure it out, but yeah. What do y'all think, champ?
It's wild. The thought process of, I'm gonna do it just because I can, instead of, hey, why not try to make this a very lucrative, long-lasting community, that
care.
Can,
care. Yeah, he didn't care.
Listen, if he does start charging for regular use, then y'all won't see me on there,
I've kind of already just dropped. I've been posting so much less. I will just be like, here's my big win, y'all. Bye. And that's it. And that's really been my mode. I used to post some dumb stuff like all the time, just having fun. But now I'm like, no. Like, Oni, I'm not, I didn't want to bring this up because now it seems like we're doing an almost donkey type of the day situation. That's definitely, do not come for us, Shade Room or whatever. I forgot what that boy, Charlemagne is, whatever. Charlemagne, yeah. That man.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, don't come for us. But I see in chat, because we're talking about Elon Musk, I know. I don't like him either. Yeah, they're also talking about the Blueface and Christian situation.
Wait, who?
Oh, Krishan.
Yeah, who are either of those people? I'm not hip. I don't know.
So then don't even worry about it because it's really not worth your time. I just happen to know about it.
It's actually more sad. It's more sad than anything. It's more sad than anything.
But like, it's, how some people's like relationships, it's not even worth like digging into it because it's like that's their problem. It's one of those situations. But it is sad though. I do feel for
her. I feel for her.
But then also I'm like, all right, but then why are we making some of these decisions I've been seeing you make for the past like few? Either way, on the other side of us going through this weird culture like change we're gonna have online with Twitter, doing this thing. We also have like the upper, like the upper echelon, like the celebrities doing weird stuff too.
Oh,
it was really weird. I don't know if we even want to talk about it here, but I did see it, and I'm just disappointed. It's just
Blueface and
yeah. It was.
The degree of what I know is that they're not together anymore and that he's dating somebody else. But like, I do feel bad. I do feel bad for her because it definitely up until that point, she was like a ride or die for him, and then has a baby. Didn't they get married? I thought they got married. Did they not get married?
I don't know the extent
Did
of
they
like
have a wedding or something.
I know
like that,
all I know is they had a baby. I don't know how far. I just know when I started seeing the stuff I saw between those two. And I don't know how much you know about the updated stuff, Christine. But
no, was there something else other than they broke up?
Well, so the chat seems to know more than I do. I just know Blueface posted something about his baby that they just had recently. It was just so out of the line. Just so out
Is
of
it
line.
pettiness?
No,
Leave the
no. It
children
was
out of the-
it was
out of the-
downright harmful. Like downright harmful to their
no.
child. It was
Oh
awful.
no.
Yeah. So
I gotta brush up on it.
yeah,
Oh,
you looked it up, didn't you? Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta brush up. It was
Yeah.
graphic.
It was. Yeah.
There's a claim from Blueface. By the way, this is the first time I'm seeing his face. I am old.
You're not old. It's really he's not worth anybody's
Yeah,
spit.
it does. I'm saying right
But
now.
apparently his phone and Twitter got hacked. That's
It
what he's
didn't.
claiming.
He didn't. He did that.
Okay.
And
And
the
what happened
caption-
with the?
And his baby. Now,
Wait, what?
okay.
Is it a baby boy?
It's a little. I just know it's a baby. Yeah, it is a boy.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. It is lies. It is. It's toxic. I did see it. Y'all.
Oh.
Y'all know. Y'all probably know our stance. But I just wanted to address it since y'all brought it up.
Mm.
Mhm.
That's wild.
If y'all wanted to keep abreast of what's going on today.
So
that
he's
is
saying it
something
got
that-
hacked, and that's how the pictures got on there.
Nah,
I'm
definitely-
reading what y'all wrote in the chat. I didn't look it up. Now I'm afraid to because I don't.
I just
really
saw a
wanna
headline. I didn't see
do-
pictures. I saw a headline. And I
Oh.
saw TMZ reporting on something. They're a bunch of vultures, but
Mhm.
like,
Okay.
yeah, I didn't look too much into it. 'Cause I don't want my
It was
Google
him.
algorithms to get all funny.
Hello.
No, you don't want.
Yep.
You're right. And you were
Mhm.
absolutely right.
Mhm.
But yeah, we saw it. Well, we saw some of it in
Mm.
next.
That's wild. That's wild. Well, starting the week, new this week.
New this week.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh,
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 new this week. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna pull the thing up.
I know. We're like waiting for it. Hello.
Had to wait for the drop, you know?
I
Right.
was like, bam. Here it is, new this week. We can swap back and forth, Christine. We got it.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Or-
Starting off with video games.
Yeah. Only if you want to take the movies, I got you. If you're comfortable reading movies, you got to be a part of this. It is our
Yeah, it's our last show.
It's our season
Okay.
finale, so we got to make it
Alright.
special.
Okay.
We're gonna sign you up for some work. What we got for games?
All right, September 26th, Mineko's Night Market, Switch and PC. I just got an email about that. I got to check that out. Harvest
Nice.
Moon, The Wind of Anthos, PS4, PS5. Well, okay, clearly everywhere. My Time at Sandrock is also coming out everywhere. Paleo Pines is coming out everywhere. September 29th, we have Cocoon, which is coming out everywhere. EA Sports FC 24. I've never heard of that. Like, absolutely have never heard of that before.
That's
EA
20
Sports FC. It's
Sports FC. So is it football or
counter.
is it? Oh,
No, that's not what that stands for.
I mean, you convinced me. I was like, that sounds cool.
It's like,
Yeah.
I
Some
don't know.
anime references
For
in there.
those of y'all don't, I'm notoriously bad with acronyms, so I'm just gonna make stuff
I
up.
don't
I'm
know.
like,
Listen,
you made
your guess
them
was a
up.
good guess because
It was
I'm looking at this. I don't know what this is, but that is also coming out everywhere.
Football championship. How about that?
Hey,
Okay,
there
that
you
works.
go.
That works.
All right, I'll pick up on these shows. Cocoon looked interesting though. It's interesting perspective game. All right, September 24th, Crapopolis. There we go. Crapopolis.
Yes.
Season 1, Fox. That style looks familiar, but we know it's gonna be goofy.
Mhm.
September 25th,
Yeah.
The Irrational, Season 1 on NBC. I love that man.
I was like, I gotta see this show. I don't know nothing about it, but I love him. Okay.
If anything, he gonna hit that look that
Yeah.
he be doing that. Oh, Kitchen Nightmares.
And then in a couple seasons, he's gonna wear that little hat, the fedora hat, like he was wearing on Flash.
He
I
sure
love him.
is. He's gonna wear the hat. He gonna have that on. Of course, Gordon's coming back with season 8 of Kitchen Nightmares on Fox. We're gonna get some more. Something's gonna be raw. And then
Yeah.
Special Forces World's Toughest Test, season 2, Fox. That's gonna be kind of nuts.
I would
Mhm.
never do that test.
Never. Who am I fighting for? Me? Barely. The Voice, season 24, NBC. That's also coming out that day, September 27th. The Masked Singer season. Does
10?
Yeah, like who's come out of this show, man? What does this show do?
I think it's actual singers though that
Mhm.
are in there. And the judges just
Oh.
guess. who the
Oh, I
singer
thought they
is.
were supposed to be like making people
No, they
Like
take
T-Pain's
famous
on
people
there.
and they
I saw
yeah.
T-Pain on there that one time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Season 10 on Fox, y'all. Snake Oil, season 1. That sound. Oh, it's David Spade.
I
Oh
like
my
it.
God. We were
Yeah.
just me and my wife were just talking about David Spade. Like, I wonder what he's up to now.
Y'all gotta watch
Last
Snake
thing
Oil.
he did was that movie on Netflix, which was actually kind of funny.
Let's go. He's funny. He's somewhat. He's like low key. Well, he's funny, not low key, but like he be underground funny. Like where that man been? Make me
Yeah.
laugh.
He's
You gotta
chilling.
tell us. You gotta do the Snake Oil review, Oni. And
Me?
then yeah,
What?
you said you were looking for David Spade and you found him. So now
There
you
he
gotta
is.
Curious about what happened to the man. I wasn't trying
you gotta watch
to
a couple.
follow
You gotta
up.
do the 3-episode review. Be
There
like, all
he
right, y'all, it's
is.
worth it. It's
Oh
worth
my
it.
God.
I
Gotta give
can't
us the Pascal.
unhear Cusco from Emperor's New Groove. He's my,
You threw off my groove. Yeah.
Love that movie so much.
Y'all think Joe Dirt? I think
Oh.
Joe Dirt every time. I can't
The
help
mutton
myself.
chops were something serious. They were
my
something
God.
serious.
They were serious. Oh yeah, this man getting double featured. So not only is he doing Kitchen Nightmares, September 28th, Hell's Kitchen season 22 on Fox is coming out. What is this? What is this promo?
He is
Look at his
working, okay?
He is.
look at his face. Why are they circles? What is happening? What is the idea?
Maybe the
here?
circles of hell.
Yeah, that's when
right.
I said it. You took it straight from my. Why
And it's
is it
America Dream, so it's red, white, and blue. Yeah.
Oh my! He's British.
Oh, the American. Oh, okay, we got
Mhm.
it.
No, I'm sick of it. We had colonial beef. What happened to it? Why are we so chummy right now? Like I'm done.
Well, actually, maybe he's not, because he'd be just yelling at those people. This is his way of taking out the colonizing beef on these people. He's like,
But
oh,
like-
you guys threw the T in the C. And then he's just like, going
Now
on.
throw
But like
your
you don't
food
put the
in
red,
the
white, and
state.
blue behind you. Like you got to do like put. I don't know. What are they?
I
do,
bet
crowns?
after, like, in his mind, he just peed on the American flag. I think that's what that is.
This is ridiculous. I need us to have more beef with the British because we are too comfortable.
Hey, look, should I say something kind of
Do it.
You know, we got enough beef within our own country. So I think we can figure that out first, and then we can go back to having beef with it.
But that was the original. But we got to keep up the original like reason, right? Like because it wasn't worth it to me. It's not worth it if I can. The whole point for this whole situation was that we wanted to get away from them, right? That's why we even here.
That's
So, like,
true.
can we keep the original thread? I'm just saying, we can't be all, oh, well, guys, maybe, we could go to the Queen's birthday. Let's all fly out,
They would rather be chummy with them than make things right with us.
Right.
Exactly. See, and that's my problem. So keep
That's
that
the
up.
thing.
You're gonna have beef with us, have beef with them. Like,
Mhm.
keep it a stack. But that's just me. Let me move on. Hell's Kitchen, everybody. Traitors. Traitorous content.
It's unconstitutional.
Unconstitutional content. All right. Lego. Oh, I see you excited about Gen 5 season 1 Prime. I said it first because wait, you just trying to hurry me up? Okay. Lego Masters.
No, I think they're really excited about that.
Oh, good. Okay. I'll watch it. I hear you, the boys.
I know. Like, stop yelling at us, please.
I will watch
got
that.
it.
No problem.
I'm excited to see it. Here, let's get through Lego Masters first. Okay. Season 4, Fox, Lego Masters. Boom. If you're really a Lego nerd, there you go. September 29th, which is actually amazing because that's my anniversary. The Boys, a little spinoff of The Boys is coming out.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Prime Video, everybody. We're gonna have a great anniversary where I'm just gonna be like, move. We're watching this.
This is what we're doing.
Along with Dateline NBC season 32.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Is that longer than SVU or just about as long?
I don't know. That's just a lot. What are we doing on Dateline? Let me move on. I'm sorry.
Dateline, it's just like a news thing, right? They're not.
Is it supposed to be like is this one of those like murder mystery shows, or
is it murder mystery? Because I want to know, like, what is their genre? I know it's not like To Catch a Predator, which is very specific, because 32 seasons of that would be very, very sad. But like,
let me find. It's a compelling mysteries, powerful documentaries, in-depth investigations, news information. That's Dateline. But why would they call it?
It was like you just
Dateline?
said words, and they were like,
Buzzwords, synergy,
yeah, they were just like
collateral.
synergy.
It's that's their log line, y'all. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I don't make the rules. That's what they wrote for their show on their website, and that's what they wanted you to know.
They
So
want to
that's
keep it obscure so they could do anything. That's
they can
like
do
that-
anything.
everything. They
You
can
know,
do it all
Dateline.
To keep
It's
it
not
100,
about dating. It's about anything. There you go.
on the line.
it's a date.
On
It's an actual like the date of 9/25/23. Something
Date
happened.
line. That's it.
Okay.
That's the
All right.
only thing.
All right.
All right. What's next, y'all? Who we got? That was wild. 32 seasons of what? All right.
Ooh,
Only
we
you got the
got-
movies. Yeah.
We got movies now. September 25th. We got The Tower on VOD and digital. We got The Job of Songs, VOD and digital.
Oh.
September 26th, we've got Sniper Grit.
Oh,
But
okay.
that's with the dots in between. So it's G.R.I.T.
Oh, I thought there was gonna be 4 people because they like made up the word grit. Never mind. Oh well.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Missed opportunity.
This cover is
Right.
quite something. Like this is a
Why is his head really big and everybody
right.
else's?
And they really had to get the neck of the other guy in there.
Yeah.
Not
That's
even
Jamie
his full arm.
If you're
Is it
gonna
Jamie
show
Foxx?
neck, it's got to be
Who is that?
neck. Like
Is that Jamie Foxx?
I don't think that is. Is
Who is
that
it?
Denzel?
that looked like a mix between Jamie Foxx and Denzel. Hold
Yeah,
on.
it's a mix.
He kind of
actually.
also looked like the
That's a
Nationwide
full
man.
screen. Oh, I
Allstate.
can see all of those
Allstate. There it is.
Yeah.
I know what he was selling insurance. It was one of them.
What is this movie? I'm
Who is this
sorry.
man? Somebody in
But he
chat tell us,
looks-
please.
Well, wait, he looks like a Chris Hemsworth light character, the
He
big
d-
guy.
He does.
Where did they get all these off?
I have to look at this cast.
No, this is an
because-
off-brand cast. That is because my boy over here kind of looked like
I know
my
you're
boy
gonna
from
say it.
Wolverine. Or am I tripping?
Hugh
I'm
Jackman.
tripping. Hugh Jackman. I'm tripping. That now I'm reaching.
I see it now. I can't stop seeing
You
it.
can kind of see it, but I feel like there's a better reference. They kind of look like people that you know. I want to know the casting director for this one. They were like,
I'm more
"This guy
mad that
looks
when
like
you
that."
click on it, you don't see that black man when you first go on IMDb. So I'm trying to figure. Oh yeah, it is.
Ah,
Uh-oh.
she broke. Oh
Mm,
Lord,
That's
it is.
crazy.
I feel like I'm on a cliffhanger right now.
Yo, the fact that like it was literally right before
Literally.
she unveiled who that person was. Now we'll never know.
They cut us. That's what it was.
Yo,
Let's go to
they,
the
they have
next
to
one.
get us.
They gonna get us.
Mm.
Yep. All right. What else we got, Oni?
There was Dreaming Wild before. Now we got
yeah.
The
We don't
River
care about
Runs
that.
On, which is a sequel to.
Oh, I've heard of The River Runs On.
I'm making that up. I don't know if it's a sequel to nothing.
No, I think it's a book or something. I've heard of that. I've heard that title before. You
Mm.
might not be off base, but please keep selling us snake oil. I'm about it.
September
Hey, Christine.
27th.
Hey,
Yeah.
I don't know
Welcome
what
back.
happened.
They didn't want you to tell us who that was.
Yeah, it was the Allstate guy, Dennis. His name was Dennis. Did you know
Oh,
his name was
wow.
Dennis? Dennis.
Wait, that's
Haysbert.
literally Dennis?
His name is Dennis. Yeah, that's him. That's him.
Oh,
Oh,
Dennis did. He look a little different. It's
He
that
does.
He
mustache.
do.
He doesn't look bad though.
No, he don't.
No,
He
no,
don't.
he don't.
I'm sorry. I told you look like Jamie Foxx, Dennis. Y'all both look great, but
It's from a distance, you
Yeah.
know. There's only
It
so
was
much
a-
we could do. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
it was like this
right.
big.
And at least we
Okay.
were close. You know, you
We were
didn't say,
kinda.
oh, like Lakeith Stanfield, and it's like, oh, that man looked completely different. You know?
Mm.
For
Okay, what
September
else we got?
27th, we got
Yeah.
The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar on
Ooh.
Netflix.
Okay.
Let's
Give me
go.
some of
Come
that
on.
sugar. Mhm.
Yes.
We got September 28th, The Blind Limited.
Okay.
And then we got Love is in the Air on Netflix, which is about as generic of a title as you can get.
Yeah.
But maybe it's good. Who
Love
knows?
In the air.
September 29th, we've got The Creator, only in theaters.
Hmm.
I kind of like the cover art for that, though.
Yeah, it's open. It feels like they're trying to introduce a world.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
It's giving what's that game? The space exploration one. I'm blanking on the name right now.
No Man's
Starfield?
Sky.
No
Starfield.
No
Man's
Man's Sky. It's giving No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
We got The Kill Room in theaters. Our guy Sam L's right in there.
Yeah, what's
Yeah,
Sam
I'm like, I
killing
gotta
this
see
time?
it.
Yeah. Who's the first guy on the left? Is he the werewolf from?
I think it is. He looks just
Yeah.
like him.
Looks like him
Yeah.
at least.
Is that Uma Thurman?
Yeah, there might be. It looked like her with a little bit of
Let me
work.
zoom in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is her.
The first one says, yeah.
Yes, it's Uma. Come on, girl.
Uma
Okay.
and Sam L in the same movie. Give me that.
It's the Kill Bill light. Oh, and it's the Kill Room. That's interesting.
Right,
Okay.
right. I
Yeah, I
wonder
like
if it's
that.
connected.
That'd be interesting.
We got
All right, what else we
Saw
got?
Saw 10, I assume. Saw X. I
Yeah.
can't believe we got so many Saw movies.
Are we done with the thrill now? Like, I feel like at a point you're just looking for something wild. They're like, oh my God, the way they, murdered this guy. Oh,
Yeah.
it's just, I've just never seen
And
that.
I think this one, if I'm not mistaken, is the prequel, I believe.
That would
part
make
of
more
the
sense than
prequels?
another sequel. Because like you said, Chelsea, at some point, like what
Right? Oh, when
else?
wasn't
Yeah.
Chris Rock in one of them?
Was he?
He was. And
He was?
I think it was the Spiral one. And after that, I was like, I every time he was on, you just wanted to laugh. Like it was,
Oh dear.
I was like, this man is so unserious. The way he talked,
Oh,
he trying to
dear.
really talk in like this expose, like ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Speaking of ridiculous, Nowhere, Netflix.
That is terrifying right there.
That is the most
being on a barge in the middle of nowhere. I know
ain't even a
Mr. Beast
boat.
did
It's a
that for
barge.
a
It's some-
video, and I was like, this can't be me. I cannot. Not at
No,
all.
I won't be doing that.
Now
You got a
we
lot.
got Dicks.
Oh.
The musical. Yeah. Limited.
I don't know what that's about.
I actually want to see it just because of
It's about
the
dicks.
producers. The producers.
Oh,
Greatest
it
Showman
has
was
something to
great
do with,
music.
yeah. You're reading it. Yeah.
They're pretty great.
Yeah.
Right.
We got Saturn Bowling, also limited. Oh, wait. The picture says Bowling Saturn. So I don't know if they try to do something creative and make you read it backwards. Didn't work. Don't like that.
I don't like that either. We're gonna call it
I
Bowling
think
Saturn.
that's a typo. I think it's a typo situation versus yeah. All right, so next one.
She came to me.
I don't like that.
What kind of a like a poster is that? Like
It's not giving anything good.
I don't like how any of that sound. I don't like the colors of it. I don't like how aggressive the sentence is. I don't like none of that. Limited. She came to me. I'm like, for what?
For what? What you do?
What she need?
Then we got Warrior Strong.
Yeah.
Basketball.
So strong. Let's go.
Okay.
All right. And if that's it, I think there's one that we were missing. I don't know if that was it. Yeah, Castlevania Nocturne's coming out.
Oh yes.
ET said it in the chat. Yeah.
That Rumble.
Yeah, I had to do that because
that's gonna be fun. If you like vampires,
yeah.
I rewatched Castlevania like 3 times. It's just so good.
It's
I gotta
phenomenal.
watch the last season because I was like the first 2 are really, really, really good, and then the one that I think was the third one where I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. The third one wasn't my
finish
favorite, and I noticed it. I was like, but the last one I loved. Yeah.
I felt so bad for Alucard.
Yes.
Yeah.
They did a lot of seasons.
They did a great job with it though. It didn't feel rushed. It didn't feel too long.
Yeah, no, I'll take anything that's like mostly quality over like something that's like, I'm happy with it. They couldn't have done better.
Even
this new one looks pretty good.
Yeah. What were you saying, Honey?
Oh yeah. I was saying even season 3, like even though it wasn't the favorite of all of them, it was still like quality.
It still had a great story. I finished it. I'll drop stuff in a heartbeat. I'm like, this isn't hitting. I finished that.
Yeah,
because the story still moved. For me, it was mostly like animation stuff. I was like, the quality's not the same, but I was like, no, I can still rock with what's happening.
Yeah,
I think they did have a difference in animators, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Wasn't that pandemic times?
Oh, at some point,
yeah.
I think that literally dropped during like the start of the pandemic. So yeah, that would make sense. I'm excited. I'm still excited.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think this trailer for the new one is good. When is that? Is that?
That's November though.
November? Okay.
Yeah.
Tony!
I had to mention it because this is the last show. We don't know when it's coming back. I gotta say
Fine,
so.
Yeah.
fine. You know they gonna delay or something. I don't know, man. I was
At
like,
that
this
rate, Fantastic Four?
week? Is that this week?
No, that's
Y'all
So-
That's
stop.
next year.
Oh my God. Y'all are getting me. I'm sitting here
Is
like,
it?
this is all next week. Oh my Lord.
Did we watch Ahsoka yet? No, I actually am going to dive into Ahsoka. I had to put that on pause and wait. I gotta let the episodes catch up,
Mhm.
because the Disney be killing me with these 5-minute episodes, but now you got to wait another week for another episode. It's like it's not. Mm-mm.
No, I
Yeah.
can't do it either.
Did you
Yeah.
did you
Any
see Book of Boba Fett?
I unfortunately did.
Oh,
It's
really?
such a-
It's not good.
I didn't watch it.
Boring.
I love Mandalorian.
The BO in Boba is for boring. Okay. It
Oh
was
my
so-
god.
I have never been so bored in my life watching a show. It was
Ain't shoot nothing. Ain't slashing nothing.
the best episodes were the episodes that weren't about him.
I was about to say that's the only
There
reason I
was
really want to
you
watch
had
it. Yeah.
cameos from Cat Bane was in it. That was cool seeing Cat Bane.
Mm.
He
Although
was
they
in there.
yeah, but they did him dirty, so I'm still mad at them.
Oh.
But Cat Bane, if you want to see the clips, I would see like the parts because the Mandalorian popped in there, and then I was like, oh, this is when it was kind of good, which was better than Mandalorian show. Because when I watched the first season of Mandalorian, I was like,
Really?
I don't really, yeah, it was, and I'm gonna rewatch it.
Okay.
But
I
the
loved
first
it.
season of Mandalorian, I like you could really see the difference between the vocals and the physicality.
Mm.
Very, very much so. And then later, because I was like, why does it seem so disconjointed? And then it seemed like, or he had said how he was in a studio doing the voice acting and they had a different person doing the physical movements in the show. The
Like
only
how
time he
they
was
did
the
in
suit.
Star Wars for Darth Vader.
Yes, only this time I felt like it was more
That's how
discombobulated.
stiff
than-
Vader was. He had to be. Burn
Yeah.
his neck up.
Yeah.
I hear
Yeah,
you.
the first seasons, the first few seasons, yeah.
I feel like I loved the first season of Mandalorian, but for some reason I just did not even care to watch the second season.
And the second season had heat at the end. Like I know about that sequence because my husband
Okay.
showed that to me. So
Yeah.
I
need to hop
actually
on him.
want to see the second season. But I have
Oh,
to
okay.
rewatch the first season. But I was
Yeah.
just like, eh. But Boba
Yeah.
Fett, no, the Book of Boba Fett, it didn't make no sense. It was like, hey, let's try to add not really a true origin story because it's supposed to be right after episode 8. I want to no episode. Hold on. What was the first 3? What were the numbers of the first? It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it was
4, 5,
after
6.
episode 6.
Yeah.
It was after episode 6,
Mhm.
where on Tatooine,
Yeah.
and this was supposed to pick up right after that. And it was like seeing Cat Bane was cool because I really love Cat Bane. He's like the slickest gunslinger I've seen, period. You know, I love Cat Bane, but you're like annoyed by him, but you also really love him at the same time.
Same.
You know?
I also was very
Fair enough.
annoyed by him,
Yeah,
but
Fair
he was
enough.
I had
always
respect.
getting a one up on those Jedi. You know?
Mad respect for Cad Bane.
Yeah.
Fit was all right too. Wasn't mad at it. Moved
Yeah,
real
yeah.
slick through them streets. Yeah.
He was. He stayed. He was like, I'm not hiding who I am at all. You know,
Got
you
you,
know, you
Cece.
know it's me, and that's
right? It was
Yeah.
me. That energy is wild.
it. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's new
yeah.
this week. Exciting. And we gotta
So-
watch some more this week.
More things to come this week. Now, another thing that's kind of exciting. Actually, I'm really excited. Not kind of. Usher is supposed to be performing at the look at him, handsomeness. Okay, he's gonna headline the Super Bowl halftime show next year. I cannot wait. Okay, because we had some good. Bruno Mars was great. Beyonce
Mhm.
was great.
Loved
Bruno
it.
again was great. Rihanna loved it. I was like, and I was like, oh, she pregos, and I love the energy. She had a lot of energy. Well, the show had a lot of energy. She
Yes.
had enough
yeah.
to survive the show, and she was doing
And
great.
the fact that the platforms are moving around like Smash Bros, like that
I
was
was
it.
like,
for
you
me.
better
yeah.
not
That's all I
drop
needed.
her.
Yeah.
Do not
That was
drop
very
her.
gamer
Don't drop my
friendly.
queen. Don't do that. Don't do
That was
that.
excellent. That was
Yeah.
excellent.
It was a
Yeah.
great show. So Usher, Like you. Oh, also, Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg when they were out there, that was a good
great.
one too. That was a cool one. That was a really really cool one.
Yeah, they were
So
creative.
Baller.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to
that's
see
gonna be
Usher.
sick.
My only gripe when it comes to these Super Bowl shows is that they ain't paying these creators for it. And like I know
Oh, they do it for free.
They don't get paid for it?
No.
Mm-mm. You don't get paid to do a Super Bowl.
And it's just like with all the money that they throw around for all this other BS, the commercials and the ads that they put in there, y'all can't afford to pay.
Yeah, I didn't get
Granted,
that.
many of these creators are fine; they don't need it, but like at the same time, that's still time out of their day that they're putting toward this. Like at least give them some.
But it's like the pay for exposure. It's payment for people who don't need the exposure. You
They
know?
already know who they are.
Right.
Who doesn't
like
know who
I
Usher
was
is?
putting on Fenty lipstick while watching the Super Bowl halftime show last year. I know who Rihanna is. I know who these people are.
Yeah.
So that whole for exposure thing is
it's really weird because I'm like the football already. Yes, I understand. It's a big pastime. It's a sport, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. But what's the point of partnering with these huge stars? And you talk about exposure like y'all said. Like you're saying we go and they already have all of this. Like they're doing this weird like loop. We need somebody who's really popular, but we don't want to pay them. It's largely known that we are voluntary like job. I'm like, so what are they getting? I really want to know.
It's a reflection
What are they
of the
hiding
times
from
we
us?
live in as creators too.
a fun time, I guess.
No, what are they hiding from us? I want to know. I want to know. Is this just like is this how like celebrities just get their reels? Like you know how we go out and we might film something for like a reel? Is this just like their reel? They get selected to do a reel. What do you get good with like the brands? Like what is this brand relations?
Yeah, I do wonder what is the benefit that someone like Beyonce would get for doing this, you know? Because I feel like if she were to have the Renaissance tour during that year, I think she still would have sold out as big as she did, you know, ticket wise, even if she didn't do the show. So I guess I what is the payment? Because they already have, you know, I get what you're saying. Like I don't, because I'm like, if it's brands, I'm sure Beyonce could get with any brand she wanted to, and that brand would be grateful that she would want to get with them.
Right.
So
Right.
I don't know what their hugs. Maybe they give the greatest hugs. Like
didn't Jay-Z rap about this? Yeah. Go ahead.
The only thing I could think of is like just checking it off, like Usher said, checking it off the bucket list. It's like, all right, here's something that I did. Like that's
I did it.
Okay.
Yeah,
like, what
sometimes, you sit up, you're like, you know what, I just want to do this thing as a, you know, I just want to do this as an influencer / creator / whatever.
Even if you know, like, you're not really going to get paid or you're not going to get paid what you should, but you really wanted to do this thing and you did it anyways. Yeah. Okay. I got it.
Exactly. It's like hitting partner on Twitch, honestly. Yeah. You just do it. You don't need it to succeed, but you do it.
I mean, it helps. I guess one person who wouldn't have heard of you, some person who only watches football and has no idea who
I guess. Yeah.
Bruno Mars is. I mean,
but is that your demographic? You know what I mean?
No.
Like,
no, it's not at all.
It is not
at all.
But they know about you now.
But you know what? Because like I think it might be. Honestly, it does. Excuse me. I think that does boost the. It's like a hand-in-hand relationship. You know, I feel like a lot of people that buy tickets to the Super Bowl, like a lot of us, right? Last year we watched for the show. We didn't. Some of us didn't watch the game. You know, some of us did. I mean, I remember who won right now as I think about it, but I had to think about it off the bat. If you were like, who performed last year? Rihanna. I can tell you before you finish the question.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So
she was there. Lady Gaga came to Houston to do the Super Bowl. I did not forget that at all. Because I was,
how was that show
in the city?
She
went all out. She jumped off the arena.
Jumped like
my girl leapt. She was trying to be on her pink air. They recorded her, like they had the camera on her, and she was just like, ha, and then just threw herself across.
Oh my god!
It was the biggest heat I've ever seen in my life.
Up there was like Michael. Wasn't Michael when he had done his show? Was like at the top of, like,
yeah, I think he did some big height thing
like
too. Yeah, he was like floating around. He was doing some wild stuff too. Yeah. I think it's truly. I think there's going to be a funny shift where we're going to see that they need like the performers more than, you know, the actual game. And we'll see who's going to start asking for like, all right, you asked me to do this. And yeah, sure, you could go to another artist, but you want me, you got to pay me. I'm pretty sure this happens like every year. and we just don't hear about it.
Probably.
Mm-hmm. And
There's
just the one. There's the one artist that's like, I'll do it. You know?
I got you. So it could have been like somebody wasn't the first choice, but the first one, the one that's announced might have been the first one to say yes. Without getting paid. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
It feels like one of those race to the bottom things, but like it's not to the bottom, but it kind of is because you ain't getting paid for it. So it's like.
So race to the middle, because I come like when you said like when you put it into like the content creation for, because I'm sure like I've done jobs where I was like I really just wanted to experience this and do this experience, and I didn't get 100%. Paid what I should have or might not have gotten paid type of thing. But not saying anybody who's into the business, not saying that's how you should run your business, but you may have a couple things that you may do like that. Yeah,
bills to pay.
Yeah, so I get Usher if it was on his bucket list and he was asked to do it. Go ahead, boo. I'm excited to see you. You know.
Oh yeah, I see. They said in chat Taylor Swift was probably the first choice, but I think she declined. And somebody said that and I like that Ray put it in those terms. Like basically, the Super Bowl just brings you a whole show, like all the production, everything. Like you don't have to do anything. Just come in, bring your choreo, bring your song list.
Oh, so they take care of all that stuff.
It's like imagine like a stream where you don't get paid, but you get up there and it's all handled. It's no cost
like
to you.
I have my idea and they handle everything.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then I'll do the Super Bowl. I thought.
Oh, you do that?
They had to. Yeah, I thought they had to organize, and I know what it's like doing the smaller organization. Yeah, but if they're gonna provide the funds to buy the stuff, and they're gonna like they're paid, they foot the bill. And they help with coordination. All right, I got you.
Foop
sign me up.
Foop, you on that? My same energy.
Hey, Foop. No, okay, Foop. That's messed up.
I'm not mad at that. I agree. I agree. If I ever see, I won't watch.
I don't hate her.
I'm not about hating her. I just don't like her music.
I don't know if is she Super Bowl like.
Oh yeah, absolutely. People lose their minds for Taylor Swift. I'm not saying I'm one of them, but like,
you know what? She kind of she do fit that Southern Belle, I guess, that American pie.
She's a pop star and country singer. And you kidding me? Football.
If Katy Perry goes up there and Lady Gaga goes up there, then Taylor Swift can absolutely go up there. But I'm not watching.
Is Katy there? Did Katy do it before? Did she there?
She did it. Yeah. That's where the Baby Shark thing came from.
It was wild. Yeah. I loved hers. Hers
Baby Shark thing. What are you talking about?
That's where you got the Baby Shark. Remember the little shark? It was the most innocent little meme thing.
There were sharks on sharks. You gotta look it up.
I gotta look it up.
She won't touch a Super Bowl stage if I got something to do with
it. Why are y'all coming for
baby?
Look,
my goodness.
I'm not like I remember I was watching the Daily Show when Trevor Noah was still on there, and like even back then he was talking about like this is selling out faster than Taylor Swift tickets, and like she's still doing shows and it's still selling out immediately as soon as they go out, and like people are still talking about it. So like not that I don't get it as a concept, but like there's also a lot of other brilliant musicians out there who
Oni.
Yeah, I know what you
Let's be real. She's lucky that Katy Perry, Lady Gaga, and Miley Cyrus ain't doing nothing right now. That's it.
That's fair.
That's really it. Ain't none of them doing nothing right now, and everybody's bored, and they just need something to watch. That side of that demographic needs something to watch.
My goodness.
And they don't have my when I was looking down. They don't have that. They don't have that no more.
No Gwen
They
Stefani.
don't got the rah rah rah. They don't have that. You know.
That's funny.
They don't have the oomph. They've got
who wins, Cam? It's Beehive. Okay. Did you not see Swarm? Did you not see Swarm? I think that answers your whole question.
It's Beehive, baby. I'm sorry. Okay. The impact Taylor will. Sorry, Taylor. I don't need to be rude to you. I just don't think that's in your wheelhouse right now.
Nah.
Maybe later.
Wait, that's what they call them, the Swifties?
Yeah, baby. It's so high school.
That's kind of cute though.
It's cute because it's for kids, you know.
Listen, 1989, I loved that album. Okay, 1989 was a good album. I didn't hear any of the other ones, but
I can't get behind a girl who was raised up on like an antebellum, like Southern manner. Like, I'm sorry.
I think it was like her family wasn't, but she just really wanted to be a country star.
Oh yeah,
But
they
that's
paid
it.
forward for that. Mom, Dad, can we spend our millions so I can be a pop star? Of course, honey.
Was her family rich? Her family's rich?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. She had
Well,
money. She had money before.
She's the quintessential horse girl. What you mean? She got mad money.
She got money.
I didn't know that. I didn't know.
Yeah, you gotta pay to be famous.
Mm.
You're not just
I ain't got that
famous. You
type of
either know
money.
somebody or you paid to be famous or you blew up somehow. You know,
Very luckily.
You're lucky. You're lucky.
Mhm.
You don't. That's not attainable. let your dreams die. Like that.
Speaking, which is a great segue. Dreams dying. The Writers Guild and studios have reached a tentative deal, okay, with Hollywood to end the historic strike. Now, the word tentative is still very present, okay. The WGA let their members know that we can say with great pride that this deal is exceptional with meaningful gains and protections for writers in every sector of the membership. However, they want to be clear that no one is to return to work until specifically authorized by the Guild. We are still on strike until then, but we are, as of today, suspending picketing. So they've gotten to a good enough deal where they're like, okay, picketing can stop. Y'all can go home. Y'all just can't work yet until they get the, the heads up. Right. It was like, hey, we spoke and it seemed good. Handshake, we good. But when that signature's done, that's when they can get back to work. So CNN is predicting that talk shows will be the first to come back in like October, which is kind of awkward after the whole Drew Barrymore situation.
Wait a minute.
Because Drew was like, hey, I want to come back with the show and I'm going to try to stay within the Guild thing. And they picketed her show. And then she was like, all right, I'm sorry, and stopped doing the show. And now they signed a deal. So now she gets to come back. Like it's, a little awkward, but
Yeah. I mean, until you know how it was with these last strikes, we're gonna see a lot more like live talk shows and we're gonna see reality TV shows. And hey, we might get some spicy stuff. It's been spicy. Wife swap. It's been wife swap ever since the strike came up. They picked that right up. It got wild real fast. Yeah. Like I was actually starting to see like TikToks on it and people were interested in that show again. It's been going forever, but they had some good swaps. I was like, okay, dang, these are some real questions that y'all asking. Yeah.
I gotta see.
I'm glad that they're coming to a consensus. I mean, ultimately, people just got to get paid.
100%.
Yeah. When are we going to have our strike, huh?
So we gotta get our own union first of all, and second of all, we gotta.
That is a thing. Yeah.
Talk about us normal folks. We don't need no union. We need to start just some mess. I'm
going
up to the Capitol.
Listen, I have.
Just want to throw some chaos up in there.
There's some people I think as content creators we should strike for brand deal financial things alone and how they be trying to do some of us. Especially with this whole I think we need to fight for this quote unquote industry standard for live streaming CPM and how much they want to pay. And I feel like there's a lot that somebody who's not in the business came up with that all these brand deal people are like, oh, that's industry standard. No, it ain't my standard. Okay, not in my industry. Like
that part.
I
think it's okay. Yeah, I think it's important. I like that we've gotten so many more tools. We got so many more workflows. We do have standards because I feel like they're good baselines. And as long as we keep it as a baseline, I think that's a great place to start. I don't know if, creators will ever get a union. Not I feel like creators only get into unions when they get big enough and people care about them, unfortunately. Because historically and even to this day we're still just kind of bum rushed with crappy deals and just bad information and people try to we can't even get companies or brands to post properly. Like that bothers the crap out of me.
Or even like, have you ever had a situation where you had a brand deal and they the execution of what they, not even like, not what they did with your stuff, but it's like when they go to, because this might be in line with what you're talking about, posting properly. But I had a brand deal with the company and they had posted it on it, like it wasn't even like on YouTube, it was on a website. And I was like, this could really work out well if it's on your channel, because the unlisted
That
version was on their
part.
channel for us that were a part of it to see it.
Mhm.
But the full visual, like for the public eye, is on their website, but they didn't tell us to give the link to the website. It was really weird. I'm like, I don't think that this
Yeah,
works
you're
how
right.
you think
You're
it's supposed to
absolutely
work.
right.
It
Yeah,
was very weird.
I feel like now that, because Twitch and other streaming platforms, or even on YouTube especially, because now it's like everybody's on YouTube and now they're streaming, so people are getting more comfortable with that. As people start to get more into this, you get just more people who don't know what the heck they're doing. And it's like nobody researches. And I'm starting to give them less and less excuses, because I'm like, okay, you want to do this thing, but you haven't bothered to look up this thing. And, me having to teach you to do this thing while you've asked me to do this job, I'm going to start having to charge you extra, because that's a knowledge fee at this point. Like, there are people who've already been doing it that I'd rather work with. I just can't imagine, like, Oni, I can't imagine, like, as just an artist, like an illustrator and whatnot, imagine having to explain your workflow just to get a job done. And really, if they would just do it the way you proposed it and not question you. I'm sure there's like some wrenches that you run into when you're doing your job, where you're like, all right, y'all, like, come on, this could be better. Like,
yeah, it happens more often than people realize. And not to talk smack on people in their profession and how they do things, but you come to a realization that so many more people are just kind of getting by with the skin of their teeth, and they just have no idea what they're really doing. Like, I'll use the example of like even a workplace situation, right? Like, this is something that everyone at home you should be able to relate to. I'm gonna try to say this the most respectful way I can. There was someone in a senior position, great person, who just didn't understand a very simple like PDF thing,
baby.
and it was as simple as, how do I copy this link onto a Word document? Like, I got an email from somebody who attached said document to the email and asked me if I could put that link into a document. And I had to like really traverse the mental
hold on.
breakdown of like how
they
you go through.
attached the document to the email, and asked you how to put a link into that document.
When you put the link,
not even into a document, into an email. Honestly, it was how to take a link from a PDF and attach it to an email.
They did not copy paste nothing. That's the problem. Yeah.
But like, how did you get this email out to me? How did you attach
that explains
this
the
email
response you gave earlier before the
show?
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna bring it up, but you're right. That made me, I was in my head like, so that's why that was such a sore spot.
Look,
I understand. Yeah.
Full circle.
It wasn't
all
super
making
sore,
sense now.
It's true, yeah.
So like to that point, right? Like what you were saying before, there's people who are trying to put these deals together who just have no idea how to do just basic things to just get the job done.
Yeah. And then when you're, yeah, like it's a unique flavor when you have to run your own ship, like you're doing it all yourself. So all they do is ask you questions. And I'm sitting here like, all right, y'all, the bare minimum of any job at this point, if you're coming to us to work, there's like a knowledge. If we're going to start setting standards for what you have to pay me, then I'm going to need you to come to the table with a bare minimum and understanding of what you're getting into, because we're wasting time.
And what you want.
Yeah.
I am like, I'm not gonna lie, I think it's cool to have the, do whatever you want type of thought, but it's never truly that.
No.
I've had this, it's happened a few times where it's like the guidelines are very vague and it's like, do whatever you want. And then you do something, they're like, well, okay, we want more of something like this. And it's like, I already done filmed and edited this. So is that what you want before I redo this? You know, is this,
I tell people
put in the
straight up
whole,
now. Yeah, I'm like,
what do they put in the deliverables where they're able to have it edited, or like they're allowed to at
they
least
get the
one or
revisions?
two revisions. Yeah,
Yeah.
revisions. Yeah, one or two
Yeah, a
revisions
certain number of
into it.
revisions. Yeah.
See, that should be a part of the industry standard. Like, even just talking about revisions, even just talking about like deliverables, and when I've seen like how they'll have like, okay, once I've gotten 24 hours receipt of X, then I'm required to come back and submit X, and then they get a first draft approval, and then they blah blah blah. Like that kind of stuff. You know how wild it is to wait on somebody to email you back, and then from that point on, like the moment they send the email, you don't see it. It could be just about any time.
Yeah,
It could be at
and
9
your
p.m.
countdown starts.
And it starts, and then I gotta wake up, and I'm like, oh, okay, they approved my concept. And yeah, maybe I had the materials together, but now I've got like maybe 12 hours to finish this, because now I'm up and I've had to do a whole day of all the other stuff I got to do. Yeah, there's definitely a standard we need to pursue. And I understand exactly, like with creators, we're just kind of left out in the wind. And that's why I was kind of, I'm still kind of abrasive when it comes to creators who aren't in SAG, very much stressing themselves out about SAG criteria, because I ultimately feel like, yeah, I do want to support my SAG, anybody in SAG who needs to, get what they need to get out of their jobs, but also understand you too. I think people that's what they came at it from an angle of like, oh, I'm not really here to like, I'm not trying to support, I'm just trying to make sure I don't step out of line so I can get into SAG later. I can get into the union later. And I'm like, no, that's not the point. I promise you, SAG's not looking at you right now. Like, do not support SAG because you're just trying to protect your chances of getting in there. You support SAG because you're trying to support your fellow actors, and you understand that when we build standards at even the highest level, that's what we want to perpetuate throughout. That's what was irritating me. Thank y'all for letting me put that into words.
I think that, but what you touch on is the way that, and this is a complaint I've had when it comes to perceived allyship, and how social media, how that gets so twisted on, where somebody will tweet allyship for this group or this, union or this situation is this, and everybody's like, okay, well, that's what I'm gonna do. No, be true, because honestly, at the end of the day, allyship is insincerity. You can't be someone who's like, okay, well, I'm not, and that's the other thing. Research what you are allying yourself to, right? And I put the quotes because, like, when it comes to the SAG after thing, they want to get paid. They don't want promotion for productions for struck companies, because that means that those companies possibly will receive more money that they are choosing not to pay these actors. So just because you're not saying it on social media, but yet you're still going to the movie theaters, that's not true allyship. Okay?
Exactly.
So if you're still going to go to the movie theaters, go to the movie theaters, but don't pretend online in that realm. Me, I still went to see some movies. And then mind you, I still have my Netflix. I still have my Vudu. I still have my Hulu. I still have my Disney Plus. That one I'm thinking about canceling, but that's not to do with the strike. I'm going to be honest, it's with the productions and shows, but that's another thing. Like be honest and be true. And I applaud people who are like, listen, yes, they need to get paid. Pay the actors, especially if you keeping all this Disney Plus. If you keeping a lot of this money and you ain't paying the actors what they deserve, but you still putting out poo-poo productions, it don't make sense. It don't make sense.
Increasing the price of the service.
For increasing the price of the service, but still giving us 30-second episodes of shows, and like Dragon Ball Z-ing us, and then letting us wait another week before we see the next episode. I'm frustrated.
Oh, you mad? You're big mad.
Frustrated. So you might as well give that money to the actors, okay? Because you ain't using it properly otherwise, okay? give them their money and let them get paid. But be honest, I'm not going to be like, oh, our podcast isn't going to cover productions anymore because I'm afraid of how, like, if they're, and mind you, the fact that there was a rumor that they were going to put you on a list fueled me more, because that's setting up people to pick up pitchforks and torches. And as a Black person in America, I'm used to that. Come see me. Okay.
And there.
When you say the list, what exactly do you mean?
So when it first broke out, and then this nasty back and forth between traditional critics and actors and movie stars against influencers was starting to happen. I don't know if you guys saw some of the stuff that was happening then.
Yeah.
And so there were rumors that, because on a side note, kind of rewinding, for premieres, there a lot of times it would be, you'd have the actors, you'd have people who worked on the film, you had actors in the world that were invited to premieres, but lately they've been inviting and paying influencers to come to the red carpet events. And so when the strike started, there were rumors going around that if that influencers that were taking up paid work from these studios to come to the red carpet events, they were going to put their name on a list. And if those influencers ever wanted to join later, they wouldn't be able to, because they would be on this list. And it was specifically said for people getting paid, because it means the actors are on strike, not getting paid, and yet you are getting paid. And it blew up into this thing of, well, because actors are not supposed to promote struck work. But as a content creator, talking about, even reviewing or critiquing, that's okay, because we're not getting paid by the company. It's not like this is a sponsored video or anything like that to watch the thing. And it's a review, not like a, hey, go see it on Thursday this fall, type of thing. So
it's a review.
Right. Yeah. But a lot of people didn't do the research on what it actually means to be an out. So they were like, I'm not going to talk about it at all. I'm not going to talk about it online. I'm not going to create any content about it. And it's like, they have like distinct rules and information, but I feel like some people with the allyship bled too much on one side that they didn't really think it through. And
there was a lot of misinformation spread when all of those strikes really started popping off. And of course they're still going, or well, now it's tentative, but at least for the Writers Guild. But yeah, just the amount of it's more of that polarization that I can't stand, when people are immediately like, you did this wrong, you're bad. And I'm like, baby, please.
Burn everything you've ever done.
It's way more nuanced than that.
Unsubscribe.
Right. And none of this is like, none of it was ever personally directed towards me, but just witnessing it, I'm like, I see what y'all are on. Okay.
There were even people who went through it on their channels, other movie critic channels had people in their comment section kind of attacking them. Like, how are you doing this when but it's like the studios aren't paying them. It's not like they're getting paid from the studios to do it. They're working their regular job. It is literally the same thing as going to a corporate office. And I always talked about movies there, and going back to my corporate office and talking about movies there. That's what this is like.
That part.
You know what it is? Honestly, I feel like people's perception of what a celebrity is gets mixed up with that, because so many of the influencers of today, I don't know, a lot of them, like, that whole event that happened in New York, and it was a Twitch streamer, and I didn't even know who that Twitch streamer was until that day happened. So like, there's this whole
you mean Kai Cenat?
Kai Cenat, yeah.
Kai Cenat.
There's
this whole subgenre of consumers who like view influencers as their version of actors. So I feel like there's some kind of overlap of like misconception of like what that's supposed to be like.
Absolutely right. People overstep their boundaries and they misconstrue what you are and where you stand, because they don't do the research and they don't understand the whole debacle themselves.
Right.
And I just feel like people need to stop and read. Like,
you're asking for too much.
It's time. Right. Is that too much to stop and read? Sit down and read something. Like, form a thought. I hate knee-jerk reactions. And I think there are some things that do warrant a knee-jerk reaction. I'm not saying like, oh yeah, like obviously if something looks bad, then yes, react. But there are some things that do require a little bit of stepping back, reading before you react. And yeah, it's just ridiculous. I think
what I equate it to? like
Yeah.
kind of interjecting when you're saying read before you react and the whole
Exactly.
knee-jerk reaction when it comes to allyship. I step in our own shoes. What it's like for us when we have someone of the white collective that is saying they're an ally and what that means to us and what their actions are, you know, like you just like attacking other people. We don't feel like that's allyship, you know, when
Right.
if white people are just attacking other people, or even like the Karens that speak up for other races, right? But they're not. It's like, okay, slow your roll, Karen. You're not really relaying this clearly. And I put that into my mind frame when it comes to allyship. I want somebody that's going to be honest and true. Don't just put, or like when we talk about the black square thing, you know, we had a lot of companies putting up the black square, but still disproportionately paying other races more than black people.
Which is wild.
Or just not
That's so
having black
wild to
people
me, man.
in their
Or
circle.
not even having or not having any execs that are black or any people in management positions that are black. So when you think about allyship, what it truly means, you have to start with honesty and what that means for you. Because as someone from a group or collective that people try to ally themselves with, when you're doing otherwise, it just comes off fake. And, you know, it's like a facade. And it's like,
Y'all need to read. This is our PSA today. Do your research, understand fully what you're doing, and be able to explain it in like 3 to 5 sentences max. Like,
ask questions. If you really about it, if you're really trying to learn and figure some shit.
Can we
out.
do we have a pod button?
Please.
Ask questions.
But also think about where your questions are coming from. Like, think about the intention behind your questions, because if somebody's taking the time to answer them, they got to be good. I think going back to just how SAG and these strikes affected creators, because that's really the only place I can speak from. It's a lot of people who were just asking, well, does this affect my eligibility to enter SAG? And I'm like, so baby, is that what you're worried about? Yeah, like
purpose of the SAG is not for that.
Oh yeah, it's not even about the pay or anything like that. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah,
they're worried about just
that's their black square.
That's their black square. Because that was funny. That was funny, Christine.
That was good.
That was good. Just wasted everybody's time, space, everything with just these basic questions. Oh my God. Yeah. So just, you know, think about your intentions. Think about why you're doing it. Ask questions, meaningful questions. Because yes, sometimes you can ask dumb questions. Truly. And yeah, just be smart. Man, you know what wasn't
Twitter's
smart?
not a real place. Okay.
Not anymore.
It could be gone tomorrow, clearly as we see.
I'm getting off my Beyonce post and I'm done. My Beyonce tweets at that. But
do you have videos and stuff?
Girl, do I have videos? Yes. I'm gonna pop off later. But no, we got to talk about dumb decisions, this Unity price change, because I'm really interested in that.
Yeah. So Unity plans to change its disastrous new pricing program, which is a hilarious title. This is from The Verge. I love
what
disastrous new pricing program. The Verge is like, we're gonna let you know, but they have a slash
opinions,
and it says, but we still don't know what exactly is changing. So this is hilarious. This is actually very hilarious.
Remember what I said earlier about like people who senior leadership who just don't know how to do basic stuff and don't know what they're doing and just making it look like they know what they're doing?
Unity.
Yeah.
Unity.
Because there was a video I was watching about the
CEO.
Yes, the CEO. This man. This man previously at a previous company had suggested that players should pay to reload their guns in an FPS.
Can we say the company's name? Is that going to give us in trouble?
I'm fine with
go
dragging
ahead, say the company. Say it.
EA. So he was the CEO of EA.
EA. That's EA behavior sometimes.
FC 2024.
Apparently, he said this as an anecdote where he was like, "Oh yeah, if you make a product so good that people will be willing to pay money to reload their gun, then you've got a great product." It's like, ooh,
baby, what?
And then he called, you know what he said? He called devs that did not want to do hold on, before I said, what's the buzzword again? What's the buzzword?
Synergy?
No, not
AI?
that buzzword.
Yeah.
No, when it comes to the pricing, like the
Bitcoin? Crypto?
additional prices,
DLC.
DLC.
no, not just DLC, but in
Microtransactions.
Microtransactions.
Yeah,
That's the word. I knew we get it.
You beat me.
Got
Yeah,
you.
he had said he called devs that don't want to do microtransactions, and I
Cowards?
quote, effing idiots.
Mhm.
Oh,
Mhm.
he's such a marketing bro. Such a
Yeah.
marketing bro. Like,
Yeah.
Effing idiots.
I love
okay?
marketing bros. They're so ridiculous. They go, to work, they get their coffee and they send all their emails. They sit in on your little they sit in your dev meetings and the customer needs this. The customer needs that. We promised the customer this, and that's their job. Like, what else do you do? I'm so sick of marketing. They don't even know half of what they're doing. I feel like marketing in any intense, like the fact that we have to go to school to code, or you have to have some form of extensive training to code effectively. You have to learn the software life cycle, like all of that. Like learning how to do clean code is not just for shits and giggles. Like you do have to go through some sort of ethical training. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff that goes into making games. Any level of training required for any of these jobs that's more than just sending an email and doing a basic project management, like having project management skills, I feel like marketing needs to go through the same rows. I feel like if you're going to go into marketing for game development, you need to be a game developer. I'm sorry. And honestly, that opens up more jobs for game developers. Period.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And
like,
their
why
life
not?
cycle, career-wise.
Exactly. Extend the life cycle of game developers, get them off the contract cycle, get them into jobs that relate them to the studios they're working with so they can see the longevity of all the projects they're working. Give them more options and make the marketing people, the business people sweat, because everything's so top heavy right now. What are y'all doing up there? Why do we have 5 project managers on like 2 projects with all of these other like contacts that you have to like keep up with just to keep the cut? Why do we have so many people in between the customer? Why do we have 3 devs on this, 3 engineers on this, and then like 5, 6, 7, 8 bands in my bank account? Sorry, I have to say it. 5, 6. Yeah, I'm sorry, my brain. It's annoying. It's really annoying. They waste space and they waste time, and I wish y'all were better. Please get better. That's all I ask.
Yeah, it also reminds me of like just corporate people who are just extremely out of touch with their base. The last Bob, because I think we're Bob Chapek, right, for Disney, went on some type of press conference and said that adults that are putting their kids to bed, that were watching Peter Pan, after they put their kids to bed, they're not watching any animation. They're not watching anything that's animated. They want to watch live action. I'm like, you're a complete and utter idiot. We like look at zoom in on Oni, and Oni, move over for the left real quick, okay?
The
right?
left or
yeah, left or right, either way. Yeah, hello. So for you to make such a for you to make such an out-of-pocket statement, when like as if like you clearly don't know the base. You don't know that the a lot of people buying those tickets to see a lot of these animations, they're not buying it just for their kids. Yeah, Paw Patrol probably, okay? But like when you're the little like Ninja Turtles, it's a lot of adults that bought tickets to see Ninja Turtles, to watch that Ninja Turtles movie. Not because of their kids, not just because kids. Yes, kids can be there, but it's not, F them kids. We doing it for us.
I mean, it was me by myself. I went. Yeah.
It was what'd you think? I really liked it. I thought it was really
cute. That was
cute.
wonderful. I loved it.
I didn't see it. Yeah, I heard good things.
It's really, really good. Yeah.
Definitely need to see it at least once. So good.
I heard it was on like
50 times.
In Spider-Verse level, like not animation style, but like in terms of the
it's different. Let it live in, I would say let it live in its own lane. Because it's different, and I think
I would say the surprise is similar.
Yeah. It's definitely it gives that feel. So
The
I see what
feel.
you're saying by
The feel.
level, because it's the same type of animation style where they kind of just gave it their own, they put their own stank to it.
Yeah.
And
Own
they did
thing.
something
Mhm.
different with the voice recordings, like doing the voice booth sessions.
I
Mm.
loved it. So this is where I'll say the feel, I give the similarity there, and the fact that, like, you know how you can watch a bunch of movies and the main person is not your favorite, but it's like the people in the background.
Yeah.
With Across the Spider-Verse, I love Miles. Like,
Yeah.
I love Miles. With the Ninja Turtles movies, I love the Ninja Turtles. I love their
them.
group. I love their, like, the brotherhood that they, like, and like you were saying with the voice acting, the fact that they were in the booth together, you feel
Yep.
that, and it's so good.
They
It's
let
so
them
good.
riff. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
But see, like, so you see the difference there. Like Seth Rogen went in their way and they involved themselves in like every part of it. They could have just gone in. And I mean, this is very Seth. Like he's always done that with all his
That's true.
projects.
Mhm.
But you know, then you go and you go and you see stuff like these people talking about microtransactions in all these games. And it's just ridiculous. It's like we didn't learn from the Xbox One situation.
Oh no.
I see you, Odias. It's because a lot of these execs don't come from media. They just, and that's my problem. We need to stop swapping. We
Nepotism.
need to
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
They sold stuff like cereals.
Yeah, they
And don't see Lucky Charms too, okay? I haven't in a while because I'm trying to do better. But last year, I was definitely tearing up boxes of Lucky Charms, okay?
see, I'm not mad at that. Yeah, hey, Lucky Charms.
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, exactly what you said. People are out of touch, but also people don't get to hold them accountable because they're the ones working the money. And it makes me really upset that we just have this egregious oversight when it comes to these big, meaningful projects, especially with games. I feel like games should be held to a higher standard than even movies. And when I say standard, I mean like they should be tight now.
Mm.
Because gaming already is still a niche. Like it's popular now.
Which
like
is
it's
wild.
Right. It's more popular now, but there's still plenty of people who don't game. Like not the way we game. So
Right.
when you pick up a project in a game, it should be less people who are sitting here like, I don't know what I'm getting into. I just want to make a game. You know, like it needs to be, it's been like over several decades now, more than that. It's been several decades. And people should understand when they're like, I want to make a game, they already have the roadmap of how hard it is, what types of games. It's just people not going back to what we said earlier. Please read. Do your research. Can you please? Because you're just wasting time. Y'all are wasting.
I think like what you said at first, like them having to go through the same type of schooling, I think it should be something to that degree, or at the very least, like a Kevin Feige type of situation. Homie started in the mailroom and then worked his way up. So he learned
Right.
every facet. And I feel like if you're going to be somebody, they need to stop doing is, oh, you were the CEO over here, let's make you CEO over here.
Girl,
they gotta
yes.
stop that. They gotta
Girl,
stop that.
yes.
Because just because they knew how to sell cereals don't mean they know nothing about no video games.
You are
okay,
so right. I agree. Because they
Yeah.
CEOs, let's get it.
They
poppin'.
just
We
hot,
already
it's like
know.
hot pocket where they just throw
hot
throw it to
potatoes.
the next person. Hot potato, that's what it is.
Double
Throw
it over to the next person. Yeah, like
Thank
they're
you for the
just
say.
yeah, no, that was beautiful. Like, oh man, only the way I can't stand seeing like, okay, this CEO did their 1-year contract at this company. Now they're going to the next. It's like it's just like name. It's like name dropping.
It is.
Yeah,
It is. And for
It's-
so many positions, so many companies, and so many scenarios, they're always trying to find somebody who's got some big name thing versus someone who did the work and is doing the work. And it's like, I can't think of an exact example of this in the gaming sphere, but like this happens in like corporate life all the time.
Oh, yeah.
People who like literally are doing the job and then they just bring someone else in to be that CEO or be that position.
Yeah.
It's like you literally have the
you've all
person
had corporate
right
jobs.
here doing
You've
it.
had situations where you were like, okay, I could have done the job that this superior now has.
I'm literally
Oh,
doing
1,000.
their job already before they're here. And I'm
Well, first of all, let's be clear. CEOs don't do jobs. Like,
sometimes
dude, I'm still waiting on an itemized list of what CEOs do. Truly.
Depends on the place. So like I used to work
It always,
lot of
and
meetings,
you're
a lot of
absolutely right.
meetings,
Yeah.
a lot of
I'm
meetings.
going to
Yeah.
refer to the scale of companies that are just too big to handle. I understand that there are
Yeah.
CEOs that do things because I feel like they're either competent. There are competent CEOs. That's just facts. Or they work in smaller environments where
Right.
they are closer to the ground and they understand and they can't avoid, but they can't avoid the workforce. They see it, so they know, and they're actually
Or there
passionate.
are people that have actually taken the bath. They didn't just come from cereals to car manufacturing.
They might have the experience too.
Yeah, they kind of work their way up.
Oh, they were amazing denim. I'm always show love to our older animated series. What else? Oh yeah, I saw the latest Nintendo Direct, and it was just a bunch of remade games for the most part. And as a Nintendo fan, to be honest, it's kind of disappointing. Hey, welcome in. I agree. Yep.
Welcome to Chelsea.
Hi. Yeah, that's another situation of I just feel like execs being outdated. I do feel execs should swap as the generations go because companies grow without you, unfortunately. And some people don't know how to let go.
Yeah.
But yep, that's our corporate talk.
I feel like hold on, I want to add this before we close out. But if you're going to take them CEO checks and them executive checks, if you didn't work your way up the ladder, I feel like in order to keep them checks, you have to do like an internship within your company in different departments, like every 3 months, a different department, and a full internship where you're learning what they do. You're sitting with the person in the cubicle that got to get an email from somebody with a document attached on how to add a link to another email. Okay, you got to sit with that person. All
if
right?
that ever you're fired. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'd have been like, I don't care what I have to do. I'm getting you fired. I'm sorry.
I'm
Like
still on that. So they attached the document.
I just don't understand the process. We just need to get it clear.
I lived it and
like
I still don't understand it.
It was more complicated.
Sorry.
It's kind of like you taking 3 left turns to turn in a door that was right next to you. I'm very confused. On how
we made a circle, baby. What are you? Yeah.
Right
yeah. I'm glad you brought up CEO training because there is some of that's kind of done, but I don't know to what extent because I'm not a CEO. But I 1,000% agree. CEOs should not just be placed into positions. They need to be trained by the previous CEO to keep goodwill and all right.
That's the makings of a CEO right there. Okay. Yeah. That's a business where I would be
sick.
I would be like,
y'all, that's a
what
dictator. I'm gonna be real.
I want to know.
Look, I don't know what you're selling in that, but like
I'm standing over the masses. We're about to drop curfew in 2 hours, and all of you need to be in your homes because I'm tired of y'all leaving trash all over my city. Do you understand? Go
you
inside.
Might get shot.
You might get got. You right. You might. You just don't play me. Don't play me. I'm gonna get you. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm quick. Actually, hold on.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. Thanks. I'm glad you like. They said not the random pop up. Oh, thanks, guys. I appreciate y'all. Yeah. I'm not gonna be a good CEO because it's my way or the highway because I'm tired. I'm so jaded from all the bad decisions. So jaded. I just be like, this is my ship. Talk back to me. You're done. You're finished.
I understand.
Oh my God. Yeah. Wait, what else do we have? Sorry, Oni, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm still stuck on
the email.
The attachment to the email.
No, y'all brought me. Y'all got me. I can't.
Just get them fired. All you gotta do. You just gotta be like, hey, I just want you to know that if I have to teach this person to do basic skills during my workflow, I can clearly see the snowballing because if they don't know how to do this, then I can only assume they don't know how to do this and this and this and this is my higher up. And this is a basic skill. So I'm just being real with y'all and not disrespectful, but we're gonna have to figure this out because the way that I'm not about to handle. No, you're not putting this on me. because if I teach them the wrong thing or they misconstrue my instructions, because there's no way I'm going to teach somebody the wrong way,
and they're
they
gonna
can
blame it
blame
on
me.
you. Oh yeah. Oh, with the
And
swiftness.
I'm not responsible for this person who did not take the basic introductory skills they needed to. How am I not there? Actually, can we talk about that? Can I let's make this happen, because clearly, so
Let's switch
yeah,
places.
yeah, that I would just be like, this is untenable, and I'm gonna need y'all to redirect this person to someone else and get them trained. And this is unprofessional in this workspace. I'm sorry, it was very disappointing, and it was not in my job description. Sorry.
I want to know something. I want to know, on average, and maybe chat, y'all can answer this question.
Chat, please. I only loves y'all because he be talking to y'all. Look at that.
Yeah.
No, we're talking to the people. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, people.
How many of you are in positions where they offer training for what it is you're doing or what it is you want to do, like some kind of platform to like get
That's
it done?
Great question.
Because I feel like there's a segment that is wholeheartedly missing in so many areas of the way we live our lives. And we can sit here and complain about all the terrible ways that things are run, but we also got to ask that question, like, who's offering training for this? There's got to be some way that people can figure this out.
The only company that I know they do that at, and you know, I stress to even put them in any type of positive light, but Walmart, okay?
Oh, baby.
Like, when it comes to, and mind you, it's for the lower levels. I don't know about them upper levels, what they be doing with them upper levels, but the lower levels, like if you're in one department and let's say you want to go to another department that pays more, you have to take computer-based learning classes if you get approved, and then they actually do a training. And then after the CBLs, or the computer-based learning, then you go to that department and you're trained with someone who's been working in that department for a while. So I'll give them that. Other than that, Walmart. No.
I'll say, like, from my experience, I know Walmart, but from my experience, there are like mentorship programs, which kind of puts the onus more on, you know, your current existing employees, but it does foster community. So I'll give it that. But also a lot of, I can only speak towards tech jobs. A lot of jobs in this industry will offer benefit packages, and some will pay for school. You can take an associate's degree, whatever degree, really, as long as you can just kind of show your case as to why it's beneficial to what you're doing. And sometimes you don't have to do that. They just want you educated. So you can go and dive into a course at like Stanford or something and go there. And it's all online. It's really convenient to you usually. Or if you want to do it in person, I feel like there's just some situation you have to set up. But people just need to read their benefits packages for the ones that provide that. I don't know if they do that commonly elsewhere, but it's very common in a lot of the big tech companies. So if you end up at an Intel, you ended up at Facebook, you ended up at maybe, I don't know about Apple, Google, they're very interested.
Google will pay for sure. And they might even do some of it in-house too, because they've been doing a lot of
1000%. Google University, they Google it.
You can Google.
Google. They'll definitely have some in-house things that you can do. And then the medical industry, they do that, because when you mentioned it, it reminded me of my uncle. Like he's you know, because there's many levels to nursing. So a lot of hospitals that you work with will pay you, excuse me, or pay for your schooling with, like, if you go to like an approved school within their list. And you can accommodate their schedule, you know, and everything, so that way you can get that learning and that makes sense as well, because if they're not trained right, or even trained in something else that they want to do, then, you know, people could die. So it's like, you know,
exactly.
Get a lawsuit.
And then you
ain't that wild? You got to have extra school after you just went to all that school to be in the medical field. School in the medical field is long. School. It's a lot of school. And this is all because America's set up in a way to make the middle class fail. We keep making school expensive. Keep making school expensive.
Get me started on
and then we make medical expenses expensive.
Yeah.
So then only
don't
people
pay
who really,
people enough.
Then you don't pay them enough to be doing all that stuff that they went to school to do.
But
And
they
now you
gotta
got this
have
whole
school
cycle of
to
people
get a
just mad
job.
because they ain't getting enough money, they ain't getting enough healthcare, and they ain't getting enough education. We are
Right. It's
all
pay
just
to
like
play,
frustrated.
bruh. Yeah, it's all chicken and egg stuff.
is,
And it's just all a failing of people not thinking.
They're
Period.
making, and the thing is, what's funny is in America, school is more so like a commodity now. The way that they've made it, it's
But you
like
needed to get
growing up.
Yeah.
It was like okay, that was like the roadmap where in order for me to succeed in life, I have to go to college,
Yep.
and now it's like. Not just is it more attainable and accessible, information is way more accessible now, which is great. But on the other hand, like tuitions are going up, but at the same time, some of these schools got football teams that are playing on like TV shows and stuff, and them schools get a cut of the money. The football players don't get a cut of that money, but
Right.
the school gets that money.
Oh,
It's
they
illegal for the
just
football players. Yeah, they
yeah.
pocket that. They pocket the tickets, the sales of the games, the merch, all that stuff. But yet I gotta pay more in school. That don't make no sense to me.
What they did recently, they just finally let them have their own they let like team members have their own social media so they could actually profit from, the presence that they were making. Because at first they controlled that. You couldn't go make a Twitch channel. You couldn't go make a Twitter about like you. And that was wild to me. I was like, so you telling me
you own my image?
You own that part.
Essentially.
We could talk about another time about how like sports is truly just it was almost like modern day like
slavery.
Not even I wouldn't even
They
go
get free
that
tuition
far
for playing on teams, depending, right? Or did they stop doing that? Okay.
Well, go like
the levels,
it was controlling.
It was the levels. Yeah.
Okay.
It was
It
the
was
levels
modern
of
day
flavor.
control. They were able to control so much of they were basically pimping you out. Like you were literally selling your
essentially,
body.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was
you couldn't sell like autographs, but they could sell merch with like your stuff
with
on
your
it.
stuff
The
on
school could play sell
all went through
and
the
then
school.
to charge other students more money for tuition. It don't make no sense. That's why that one guy, right? I don't remember his name, but they made like the Netflix documentary about I call him the college Robin Hood, but they were that man that was like getting celebrity kids into schools like backdoors way. I call him Robin Hood because it was like the way that listen.
But he was robbing the hood, though.
It was it was the rich robbing the other rich. It was rich.
No, he
rich.
was robbing the hood. He was robbing the hood from the straight up. Oh, don't get me started. Odious, I see you, and I need to see this chart. But yeah, like the fact that even the rich kids couldn't hit their own standards was nuts. Absolutely. Either way, yeah, that's a whole.
Yeah.
I see a call out here that you absolutely have to do. You got to do it.
Okay,
right there.
Hold on. Let's do it right now. Boom. Just
kidding.
You know
what?
Just kidding. Okay,
box,
Okay. All right, for real. So yesterday it was published on the 22nd, but I was out of town with my mother. I was on. I want to say shout out to Creator Logic. This is a quote which it's like reading this I'm like, oh goodness, I'm inspiring. So the more you're able to offer a brand, the more negotiation ability you'll have. The title of the article is while you're smaller, socials matter. Although I will say with Elon, we might have to cut Twitter out of the thoughts you read this article. But it's a really great article. Shout to Avi, who wrote it, Avi Gandhi. He wrote the article. He has Creator Logic, which Creator Logic's a really cool website, or thecreatorlogic.com, excuse me. It's a really cool website where you can learn from other content creators about their journey, about their business, about their stats, about the ups and downs, and where they think things matter. So definitely check it out. Interest, if you could drop the link in the chat, check it out, read it, share it, share the love. Appreciate you. And yeah, next.
I wanted to
go
tie
ahead.
up that Unity price change. Justin, because we kind of hit on a little bit. I think they were putting 5 cents on the download at first for every game that was made on Unity. And that was the issue because they're free games that have been made on Unity. But it's the cost goes to the developers, not the players. So it was forcing studios to kind of just either take their games down or just not develop on Unity anymore. That was the main thing I had heard. But that seems like that's not the case now because they've clarified or they've renegotiated or they've backtracked or whatever. Oh, Unity will limit fees to 4% of a game's revenue for customers making over $1 million and said that installations counted towards reaching the threshold won't be retroactive. So another clarification, because this article dropped on the 18th. So we're some days out, but we'll see what that means. Unity's being weird,
super weird,
mad shady.
There was like I think
Unity. A lot of
what?
Games.
Yeah,
Cult of the Lamb. They had tweeted how they were planning to take their game down because
straight up. Because who's a free game? It's not even, it's working against itself for it to be up there. Ridiculous. Unity was like free. Like the point of Unity was that it was a well embellished free software, and they need to embrace that.
So now Unreal is like the one everyone's trying to use now because you can get a license for Unreal for free. Yeah, so it's like
why would you force your
this is not the time to be trying something like that.
This is very much like Twitter and Instagram. Like you're really just like driving people in droves to your competitor.
Literally.
Why?
Unless that was the plan all along. Elon and I just keep forgetting it's there. And you know what's funny? I keep forgetting Threads is there, but now Instagram. Have you noticed that when you're on Instagram, sometimes little threads are there?
Yeah,
like when you're scrolling through, they've put them on there, and I'm like,
Zuckerberg boy to sit down, focus on what is he doing? VR. Tell him to focus on that VR over there.
Oh, Meta. Oh, which they're having an event, I think this week or next week or something like that.
He used to pick a lane.
Honestly, at this point, like the big thing, there's a few things. Sorry, not to derail again.
No, you're
Threads
good.
Could be really good, despite how we all feel about Zuckerberg and about Facebook and all that stuff. Twitter is, at this moment is way worse.
I know.
But if they had a desktop app for Threads, I don't know why they're waiting on this and where it is. Because like if you want to snap onto a moment in history where like the dynamic shifts, you already started that when you just launched Threads. Make the desktop version, make sure it's all working properly, and you've given X a reason to change their shit.
They need to start doing these things at launch. Like sometimes Google does this as well, where it's like, oh, we've got this new thing, but only Androids can use it. And I'm like, I get you, but 90% of us got Apple phones. Like let's do it all together.
Oh,
okay?
Wait a minute, 90%. Okay, if we're talking about 90% of the old folks in America, maybe. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Oh my God!
My thing is like I love you, Google. I do, but when you're like, because it's like a lot of people, I see blue when I text people.
You realize a lot of iOS is built off of Android, correct?
Oh, yeah, they weren't the first to do a lot of this stuff at all.
A lot of their thingies from
it's not stealing. It's not stealing because a lot of Android stuff, I believe, is open source. Or they built, so it's not stealing. It's just it's easy because the infrastructure's already been built. Why would you rework the wheel? So yes, and they just add their flavor to, just like how you see a GPU release, right? You see how they'll drop 3080, 3090, whatever, and then all these other GPU brands will go take it, overclock it, improve it. Or, some don't improve it. They might make it worse. And that's why you might look at some phone brands and be like, that's not really the phone for me because it don't hit the way like your iPhone would or your Android would. So y'all really aren't that different. It's just a different UI.
So
thank you. Y'all are kind of behind though. I'm sorry. Just
that part.
Do you have an Android or?
Oh, are you asking? Are you really? This box. Don't even ask me that question. I do have an Android and an iPhone.
Get him.
I will say this. I do actually want to get an I want to do the twofer. I used to have an Android. HTC. Y'all remember HTC? Do I say those phones?
Girl, yeah.
I used to love that. My HTC. I was in the future with that phone.
Yo, that was the HTC. What was it? The HTC 10 or something like that, where it had the chamfer for the edges. Ooh, You couldn't tell me
I used to
nothing.
love HTC, man.
You couldn't tell me nothing.
Now I'm
You
not
were
gonna
saying
lie. With
something. I'm
Apple and its
sorry.
things, I hate. Well, I'm sorry. I'll say this real quick, and I hate this whole because Microsoft is doing this too, and I think we need to stop. Devices don't need to be universal. Okay, if I have AirPods that I put on my phone, if I don't want it on my iPad, which I didn't sign it in on my iPad, my iPad should never connect to my AirPods. Okay, it's frustrating. Yeah, it should be a setting. But then when you go to try to forget the device on the iPad, it's like it'll forget it on all devices on your iCloud. I ain't asked for all that.
My God.
I just don't want that when my daughter's watching Pokemon and I want to listen to Victoria Monet, Pokemon doesn't pop in my ears. That's all I'm asking. Okay.
Y'all have that problem? Because I don't. What is that?
People mistake the word innovation for invention.
Yeah. Okay. You really crept in here. You said they mistake what for invention? I'm so sorry. That was all her fault. Okay. She's up serious.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Running a show here.
They mistake innovation for invention. So like Apple isn't the first to do things and oftentimes not the best to do things. But what they do is that they make it really, really simple for someone to just like do.
And there's power in that.
There's power in that. You can still say innovation, but when people are having these arguments and conversations and stuff like that, there's a difference between the two. So you don't think that Apple was the first or best to do any of those things.
I think they marketed very well. And I don't know where they got their liquid from, because when I found out that company is like worth trillions. And half of it is liquid, like cash. Like 1.3 trillion of Apple is in cash. And with that buying power, like you can't compete in marketing. You can't compete in hardware. That's why their hardware is so good. And that's why people understand Apple, because they've simplified it enough to where everybody can recognize it, use it. Like it's an Apple. Like,
and even the interfaces, like a lot of things that you may buy will plug and play with Apple. Whereas with Microsoft, there's a lot of like more steps or more things you got to get through.
Because it's for developers. I know it's harder, but it's much more customizable, and you don't have to worry about your Bluetooth connecting to all your computers instead of just the one.
With Microsoft, apparently they're changing that, and that is just annoying. Okay?
Not without I ain't updating.
That's Microsoft though. That's not Android. That's different.
Yeah, that's Microsoft.
That is true,
that's very different.
I'm thinking PC. I'm thinking like
Windows is ridiculous, and a lot of things.
It's frustrating. I really
absolutely. A lot of things are going more for the subscription based. Like even life is going kind of subscription based with this housing. But
right.
Right. We in Austin.
We bought our house.
We know.
Yeah, right.
Wait,
we bought our house before things
Austin?
got real bad.
Man. Yeah. Go ahead, Oni. I got you.
Subscription based housing.
It's just the prices of houses and property taxes and the whatchamacallit, the mortgage rates, like all of that have just skyrocketed to the point where like now it's becoming like a lot of the places we left to come here for. So like
sellers market,
New York,
Yeah, it's renting for life.
They're doing it just because they can. That's frustrating. That is just
you get more money out of a person if there's no homes, and you can just rent. You can make them rent. They just hang out.
You can if you're able to. It's harder for people to find. It's just people have this mindset like, oh, if I just because I can, I'm going to charge 50,000, and I'm going to have this one person pay 50,000. But if you think about it, and you have a good like someone who's happy with the amount that they're paying at their 10,000, and then that gives you enough liquid collateral that you can now go buy another house for 10,000 or maybe 20,000 in a better neighborhood or what have you. Stop doing this. Sorry, I can't
understand. I mean, CC said I'm about to unsubscribe then because this is ridiculous, and I love that CC.
What's that song? Angel. She said the aliens take her from Earth because Earth is ghetto. She need to leave.
Yeah, come lift me up. Take me.
There's more plants out there. We just gotta get to them. It's all good.
We got
CC, that's your shirt. I'm about to unsubscribe. That's it.
I love it. I love it.
Oh my Lord. Yeah, funny. Yeah, and that's why Unity is ridiculous, because it's going for this almost subscription-based program initially with what they said, and that's not going to work out. That's not going to work out, just like it hasn't in life. Period.
Yeah. Life. Adulthood is the worst hood. That ain't no
Truly.
lie. Goodness.
Look,
Okay.
there are so many things that I appreciate about being an adult, but this ain't one of them.
Mine get hard right when we had to.
I know, right? It's like
every
if
time I turn around, I gotta
had
pay for something else. I'm like, damn, can I sit on my cash for a second? Like, I'm
Could I have been a
Why?
baby boomer's kid? Because
The way.
I would have been set up. I could have at least had a home. Well,
Mhm.
I could have
lucky
had
we
my
we
get
might
one of
not
parents'
even
home.
get Social Security, will we? I don't think we even.
Oh, no,
It's still up in the air. They're still trying to get rid of that.
That's not gonna last. The next generation, guys, it's done. I'm like, well, take my number away from me. Stop labeling me.
Right?
I don't need it.
If it ain't
Stop-
gonna be here, why? You
Stop
know what?
tracking
Then
me.
they're gonna blame us for it. Like, wait,
Don't
how?
use my. Yeah, we always get all the blame too. You right.
we
We
get
do.
all the blame.
Millennials, we
Yes.
do. We get all the blame from the damage of the people before us and the people beneath us. Okay, we the middle child. All right.
They forget
Yeah.
about us until the blame's ready to meter out. They're like,
Yes.
oh yeah, those kids.
So they
Bro.
ain't kids no more. We grown, just trying to buy
We
a
grown.
house now.
Grown.
That's it.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
all we
Still
want.
Still can't get it together. Oh my God.
No, we are the middle child. Shout out to millennials. I remember growing up and people like complaining about millennials. I'm just like, no, it's your fault. This is your fault.
15. What am I going to be doing?
Right. I just got here. This is your fault.
What did I
Right.
do? I
Goodness.
just showed up. I don't even have a job yet. Like, wait a minute.
I'm just trying to pick up my clothes for
I'm
school
not even
tomorrow.
contributing to it yet.
Right?
Oh, can we talk about these leaks though? I do.
Yes,
want to talk
yes.
about
I
these.
have it open. So Xbox leaks. Graphic. There we go. The biggest leak in Xbox history. Okay, hold on. Keep this up. I want to read this really quick. The Brooklyn Xbox Series X refreshed, the most powerful Xbox ever, now adorably all digital. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Mhm.
All right. Sebel
digital.
or Sebile? Makes me think of sebum, which is gross. The
It does.
world's best controller now playing on a screen near you. So that's, I guess you could play on TV. Elwood. Okay, I don't like
They
these
got a
names.
new controller. Yeah.
I don't like these names. These names are not giving.
Elwood, Brooklyn.
Well, it might.
Steeple.
Yeah, it seems like streets,
Elwood.
right? Elwood
Yeah.
is like a street. Brooklyn, well, it's a little bit more than a street.
Filmmaker. I just like how matter of fact filmmaker was. Somebody at Xbox for sure got fired.
Oh, for sure. Okay, you can take
Look at
you can
this
take this down.
controller though.
Something.
It's
a controller.
Yeah.
And then what did they say? Best controller yet? To who?
Is that what that said?
Hold on. Like I remember seeing something that said
Yeah, the
that's-
world's best controller now playing on a screen near you. So they're planning to release an updated Xbox controller next year. Per the unredacted filing, codenamed Seba. Oh, thank God that's a code name. And change that code name.
It has to be a code
Whoever
name.
thought of that code name should get fired as well.
Y'all gotta
That
keep
name is
that
just
internal, y'all.
horrible. Yeah,
How you go from
Don't-
Scarlet to Sebile?
Yeah.
I don't know. I really wanted something to come out named Scarlet, bro. I was
That'd been
I was
sick.
hoping. It was nice. It
Project
was good.
Scorpio? You kidding me? They got all these cool
Yeah,
names.
they did. And then it was like Xbox One. Oh wow.
You got
Really?
Senile Sebum.
Series.
Sebile.
Senile
Somebody-
That's how I feel.
Screaming.
So they're
you
saying that
said.
the peripheral is slated to have precision haptic feedback, perhaps to better compete with Sony's DualSense. It's supposed to have quieter inputs, like some premium controllers, modular thumbsticks, which I thought they already have modular thumbsticks.
They do.
They're said to be support for seamless pairing and switching between devices with the help of a new mobile app feature that they're planning. You know, they've been really wanting to do the cloud thing. All right. So
Mhm.
they want a direct to cloud feature is mentioned in a slide that suggests Microsoft is focusing on reducing input latency for games streaming from the cloud. Like, you know, Google tried.
Cloud
with
ain't gonna
Stadia.
work in America. I'm sick of it.
It's
I'm
not
tired
like
of
the
people
amount
trying
of
to push
times that I
cloud.
got a company. I'm not gonna say their name, you know, because
Mhm.
right now because I paid them, you know, to give me internet. But they like it's a situation, yeah. Because the thing is, I never want that I say that I got a problem. They'll be like, oh well, here's the address of this person.
Well,
Some angry
I
person
beg
just
to differ.
docs my information because I was mad at them.
If I'm paying somebody Well, first of all, that's money. I can sue
Mm.
you. We're gonna find out. We're
That's
gonna
true.
get down
That's
to that
true.
problem.
That's
I
true.
have the
Safety
patience and the
first. I think
time.
of the baby. I
But
think of the
oh,
baby.
you're right. But also, if I'm paying you, I can critique you all I want
Mm.
with reason. So don't play with
Mhm.
me. It's valid. I've
Yeah.
had people on my ISP. I think I was at because right now I'm on AT&T. It was the other one. Was it Comcast? I think it was
Spectrum.
Baby, never. Never in my life. Never in my life.
I'm not gonna lie. I have now. I'm thinking I might go to Spectrum. Like, is Spectrum better? Because I need something.
You better get the good package. It better be fiber and
Mhm.
like
better
Only
not
when
be in an
people
apartment
got
building.
fiber out here,
Do
and
not be in an
unfortunately, I
apartment
got the
building,
people
yeah.
that are fiber. So it sucks.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Yeah, you wanna I'm gonna be able to critique you, period, because I'm
Mhm.
giving you my money and you better do it right. But my
Mhm.
issue with companies always trying to push this cloud gaming is like most people don't have good internet.
Yeah.
The
Like,
infrastructure
period.
is not there.
It's
The
not.
infrastructure is not there.
It's
And then that
becoming
craps on your experience. Yeah,
so to get political slightly.
please.
The infrastructure bill that finally got passed through the Biden administration, which many of the people on the other side of the aisle decided to vote against.
Of course.
Now giving
Change.
access to many of to these places that didn't have access, and I just didn't even cross my mind in the moment of just how vital something like this is, because there are still
It's
places in the
beautiful.
U.S.
Information.
to this day who can't get reliable internet, just period. Like we stayed at somewhere, the Smoky Mountains in Tennessee. We
Mhm.
stayed there. It was a very weird experience.
I'm sure.
Yeah, just getting online to just like upload a video from the Smoky Mountains of like, oh wow, look at this beautiful mountain. Like it took like hours just to upload the video because it kept cutting in and out. And we were hardwired and we were like using cell service.
Hardwired. That's wild.
So there are
Really?
still places to this day, even like upscale rural areas, who just do not have the access. And so when we talk about how the access to information, access to education plays into factors on how
Exactly.
decisions are made in our country, like we can't have those conversations if we don't have universal
That's
access for
why
people.
I 1000% agree. And that's why I'm never mad at, I always put the onus on institutions, on, mandates and the laws that are being placed out, because we're so quick to be hard on ourselves for not being on the same page when people still, we always talk about like, oh my God, the man, but people keep misunderstanding what I guess the man is, because it's baked into like your everyday life. Like the fact that some people, I don't think people realize how many people don't have like a smartphone or a phone in general or internet
Right.
or a computer. Like most
Right.
people do not have that. And that's information, the stuff that you
Mhm.
have at the ease of your hands, where you're like, that's common knowledge. Google it. Some people really can't Google it. Some people
No,
can't Bing it.
again.
Like,
Right.
come on.
Oh, Bing.
Yeah.
Oh, Bing.
They can't do
Ask
it.
Jeeves.
Yeah. Somebody
Yahoo.
said, do y'all remember
Yeah.
Singular? And yes,
I do remember
remember
Singular.
Singular.
Their color was blue and orange.
Yes, it was. It was wild.
So the
Yeah, go
fact that
ahead.
they're still trying to go back to the cloud to kind of alleviate some of the pressure on the hardware side, I get it, and I feel like it is a solution if the rest of our country catches up.
Right.
with
How you
that.
gonna get the country
Because
on
even
board?
right. And the bill, even though you said that the bill passed, it's
Trump
gonna
couldn't even
like
do that.
right,
Come
but
on,
it's
I
like
see you
a
in there.
federal bill, and there's I was gonna
There's
kick
still
him out,
local
but I love
regulation
him, but I was
between-
gonna kick him. Yeah, there's local regulations that they have to go through, and the government is the slowest moving machine in countries. Okay, so yeah, at the top it was like passed, but that trickle down effect is just it's
Won't
not
take a
going to
while.
happen in a financially feasible time for this to be profitable for them.
Yeah, I like
I'm-
Sebastian. Sebastian's funny. I'm sorry.
The way I teamed up with
You
Tupac.
are
He a
funny,
mess.
and
He's a
yeah,
mess.
you
It was a
wild.
joke. Don't kick me. Next time I see you,
Right.
I'm gonna push you. Okay.
Bing is still a search
Right.
engine, Cece, please.
Oh, I'm not going there
I think
ever
they
again.
still exist. I think they still exist somewhere.
You will not
But
find me there.
out of the leaks, okay, one of the
Yes, please.
the
We were in
leaks
leaks. Mhm.
is the one that was the most interesting to me
Mhm.
is that Xbox head Phil Spencer really wants to buy Nintendo. All right. And the document nods toward so Xbox is like, hey, I
somebody
want to
really
buy
got
Nintendo.
fired.
Right. Hold on, you got let me say this, okay? Because it's just the shadiness. All right. So Xbox is like, I want to buy Nintendo. Nintendo's like, nah, I'm good. So the document nods to the thought or the idea that there's a third party person that buys up stock in Nintendo, and then Xbox acquires those shares.
Business
from
is
this third party
stupid.
person.
Whatever. I don't care about that. Let's get to the meat of the point. I think Nintendo and Xbox together would be amazing. I'd love it. I'd love it. I feel like that is the combo we need. Yes, make it happen.
Well,
I need it on the
before I
book.
say anything else, why?
Because I feel like Xbox is still somewhat current with us, and bringing in that old, backlog of Nintendo games into the Xbox.
Because they look at exclusives.
I was thinking, stop! I'm screaming. Nintendo said, "Lol, nah."
Yeah, exactly. The way you said that, nah.
Nah. Oh my Lord. Okay, wait. I know I'm trying to catch up with these. Phil Spencer out here pulling us seriously. I'm sick.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Smiling in their face. Well, all the time they're trying to take your place. Okay.
I'm not mad at Nintendo getting a facelift. That's my
That's because it's Chelsea v Nintendo, okay?
Always. Why would y'all be opposed to that? I'm assuming that. I'm not saying you are. That's just my assumption.
I will be honest and say I don't know if I am like okay, I am opposed. And the reason being is I feel like, as we've seen, Xbox has too many cooks in the kitchen that want different recipes. And that whole construct that we've seen as we've worked in companies, right? You have your direct supervisor that may have the ideas that go well with what works, and then their higher up is like, no, that we think we should focus on that. Their higher up is like, we should focus on that. And a lot of people their views are misplaced, right? And when it comes to Xbox, like, you had games that, like with Bethesda, they were like, okay, we're going to have Bethesda, and games that if they had come out on PlayStation, we're going to have 60 FPS, they were going to have 4K releases. Xbox is like, no, we're keeping them as an exclusive. You're getting 30 FPS and you're getting like 720p. So it's like, I feel like there's such a, they have the Americanized mindset where it's less about creativity, more about that dollar. And I feel like they will limit, not saying that Nintendo's the most creative. I think that goes to PlayStation with a lot of their exclusives that they've had, right? I'll just say there. But with the recurring exclusives that Nintendo has, I completely see Xbox limiting a lot of the things that they do. I feel like Nintendo, where their market is portability. Okay. Like that portable bag, they got it. PlayStation tried it. They didn't stick with it. Xbox is like, hey, we'll do cloud gaming to try to compete, but Nintendo got it. And I feel like if Xbox has it, we're already fighting for Nintendo to have 1080p, right?
Yeah.
I feel like if Xbox has it, we're going to get 360p. Like, I just feel like they're going to be like, hey,
about that. I don't know. I feel like
that was a slight dig, and I apologize.
No, it's fine. I think Xbox probably would hit more of a quality standpoint than Nintendo ever would care to.
That part.
Because I feel like Nintendo definitely has the capability to at least put, a little more FPS in there.
They have the financials.
They have the financials, 100%.
And they could do the research to do it, but they've been so busy twisting their platform. I mean, their little consoles into different shapes. They're not focused on the player experience. Like, we had the Wii, and then we had the Wii U, and then we had the Switch. The DS is.
When you said that, I totally imagined the DS that just morphed into the Wii. That it morphed into
it kind of did.
Yeah,
it's a gimmick now. Like, it really they throw the gimmick into their console, and like y'all, like, and I mean y'all, I mean Nintendo fans, super fans who will literally ride or die.
Super Nintendo fans.
Yeah, Super Nintendo fans, literally. And they'll make excuses for why Nintendo is still like, I think financially, of course, yes, they're competitive and they do make bank, but quality standpoint and like what's new, when have they innovated really? Like right now,
I think they used to
let's
innovate. Now it's not
look
so
at
much anymore.
let's look at Xbox. Let's really look at Xbox though. Like we got Starfield already out, and yes, it has complaints, but that's a new universe. That's like 20
it's a
plus
new
years.
IP. Yeah.
Whole new IP. It's going to take time for it to bake. That's just like, I mean, of course, with Skyrim, like it took some, some community help, but that's also the same that you could say with Sims, and that was ages ago.
And Skyrim was ages ago too. So
ages ago, right? Like it needed some help. Please, I know you want to add something to that.
Oh, there's so many things I want to add.
Please say it. I'll go through the list.
Yeah. So like, kind of just to take it back a little bit to touch on the idea of why I'm opposed to Microsoft buying Nintendo. Someone put it in chat, in Case's chat. We were playing together. Someone put it in his chat, and it was like, yeah, like Xbox is like the colonizers of the gaming world. And if you think about it, they kind of are. So let's go through the list of like all the development studios and then publishers they started buying, and now they're trying to buy complete like beyond publishers, right? Like they try to go at EA at some point. Like they're trying to buy Activision right now, which they probably are going to finally.
Is that still going on?
It's still going on. So
they didn't stop.
They bought Rare. What have they done with that? They've bought I don't remember all the other list of studios that
it was a long list. It was a
long list. And yes, it takes time to develop these games, but the games that they did put out since acquiring these studios have been questionable at best. And then we got to talk about Star Wars Outlaws. We got to talk about South of Midnight. We got to talk about what else did we have? That
had the cool trailer, right? South of Midnight.
Yeah,
is that the one that was like the Bayou or whatever?
Yeah, exactly. Like there are some exciting games that we've seen come out. Some 100%. And I agree.
Do they need to buy everyone to now make that a thing?
Like but I mean, think about it. That's Microsoft. Like that's what I've been expecting Microsoft to do, especially when they drop Game Pass.
I was expecting them to use the studios they already have and bolster those.
And create exclusives and put them out versus buying.
You're asking for competence, y'all.
That's the part I'm getting at. That's the part I'm getting at.
That's not, but let's be real though. That's not going to happen with a big company. Like the bigger the company, like you say, the more chefs in the kitchen. So we have people who somewhat know what they're doing. They're motivated. They're making some new things, right? They're partnering with a whole bunch of buying a whole bunch of studios because they're Microsoft.
Taking over.
They're taking over because that's what Microsoft was always going to do. I feel like they had the money. I think somebody in Microsoft was like, we should take this gaming thing seriously. And that's when Game Pass came along. And that's when they were like, we could just buy this stuff. Let's just buy it. And we would just make them work for us. Like that was really just the logic there.
It's not profitable for them. And they've lost so much money. They've lost so much money.
But see, with Game Pass and things like that they're like having Starfield day one drop. And you can go and put that. You just go get a Game Pass.
Oh yeah, I downloaded that right as soon as it. I think
like that's a subscription
wise, it's great, but for the
and they're partnering with devices and other companies to assuage that. Like you go and buy like a device, it'll come with Xbox Game Pass. Like it's not just y'all they're servicing. You know what I mean? Like they're working with other companies to pay this off. And yes, I do think they still have a deficit to make up, but it's Microsoft. So you see, like to them, this is money that they can burn. It's just like how Google will go and make Google Glass. They're like, that was fun for a few years. And then they stop. They just drop it. And it doesn't hurt them. But I think seriously, they were just like, let's just try this out. Let's buy all this up. See if we can just, what we can do once we take all the players out of the field.
So let me ask this. I
think that's an issue
with Nintendo, right?
All the players out.
Oh yeah, but the thing is, they don't. It's like they want to just take them out, but they don't really want to put in the work to actually produce really quality, competitive, competent, like you said, games. But side note, Nintendo. All right, if they were to be sold, Xbox or PlayStation, who are you?
I'm still PlayStation. Sorry.
Yeah, I would say PlayStation would be a better fit for them both culturally and both like just the vibe of the games that they put out and the level of quality that they put out with those games. I wouldn't want Sony to get it either, just because I feel like having competition is really important in this industry, in any industry.
Right.
We
if
need
it had to go to
our
them,
indie games, y'all. We need everything.
Yes,
we need every in between.
Like Fae Farm, I have devoted my life to that game. I freaking love that game. I'm itching to play it as soon as we're done.
Same. I'm about to go hop on another. We know what's right, but let's be real. Microsoft's gonna still buy all these studios. Like, period. It's gonna happen. We can't stop it. Like, what are we to say? Like, they can't spend their money. So,
but even the shadiness of like, hey, we're gonna have a third party buy up a lot of shares and then us buy. I get you, but it's still shady, business. Man.
That's what they do. They've been doing that. This is nothing new. Like, yes.
There will come a time when the FCC again is going to have to step in and be like, all right. Like,
and they should.
It's a monopoly.
I wonder how this affects that.
100% affects
should have been stopped.
By Activision Blizzard, who's a bigger publisher than them?
Well, I know they tried to stop it, but then it was going through. But I wonder if now these leaks, because of these leaks, I wonder if how this affects things now for them. I'm really interested.
That's why several departments got fired.
Layoffs.
I think it's a good leak, and I think it's good to know. But if it went that way, I don't think Nintendo will be better, but I think it will change in a way that's more interesting than what they're doing now. And it might play out better in the future.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it'll force them. Yeah, like it'll force them to do something different, because Xbox is not doing what Nintendo's doing. And the competency level is the same. Let's be real. Like, the quality is not going to change much.
Like, originally when you had asked the question, I honestly was thinking like, it's like the devil you know versus the devil you don't know.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like with Nintendo, even though Nintendo is nostalgia, right? And we all have a love for a lot of things, but I do completely agree with the problematic business decisions, especially with these reporting games and charging current day market price for a ported game from like 20 or 30 years ago.
What they
did
just
wild.
To Mortal Kombat 1 is a criminal offense.
Every time I think about those images, I
someone should be
have
locked
anxiety. I have anxiety.
Ridiculous. $70 and $110 for the deluxe package. Get out of here on
the 110. I'm just like 70 is wild. Nothing on the Switch should be $70. Nothing on the Switch should be $70.
Couldn't be me.
$110. I really want to speak to somebody. If you guys, anybody, if you know anyone who paid the $110
don't expose
on
them.
the
Stop.
Switch, please.
No, Christine, don't do this. That's
I just have questions. I have questions.
We're not doing exclusive interviews on victims of Nintendo. Like, maybe you can do a whole let's do an anonymous letter, and y'all can submit if you want, but don't.
Yes, anonymous letter. I have questions. Truly, anthropological questions, because I don't understand how we got here.
So, like, if you are someone who only has a Switch.
And some people really only have a Switch.
And you just have to play MK1.
They did it.
I feel real bad for you.
I feel horrible for you, because
you pick this console that's technically for kids, and you want to play this game.
And you can't deny it isn't. Like, I'm sick of it. Like, really? Y'all be over here talking about how, oh my God, Nintendo sales are nuts. It's for kids.
I love my Switch, but it is for kids. It is colored like a child's toy.
Thank you, Oni. It is literally they don't do literal Smash competition because they're a family company. So really, go ahead and get behind that.
You can't defend someone when you want to. That's because there's that, and there's things that I know, I'm not gonna say too much, but there's things that I know where it's been situations where they really want to push away from the competitiveness when it comes to Smash Bros. And they were like, hey, let's ingrain this other game that's more family friendly, because they didn't want to have a Smash Bros.
Let's reverse that, because thank you for that question. I asked that, Mike. Why was Mortal Kombat 1 on the Switch? It is not a family-friendly game. It is literally the game that gave us ESRB
It's very
ratings.
visceral.
Literally
It's
the
visceral.
start of
It is
how we got here.
visceral.
We had Supreme Court meetings over this
It is
game, and you saw how
visceral.
they stripped all the everything that makes Mortal Kombat from that game to put it on this. The efforts they had to go through to
Wait,
deconstruct-
everything?
Yeah, I
was
don't
all
think
sweat.
I just saw
Yeah,
just the
sweat. It's not blood.
So sorry.
Like,
So the original Mortal Kombat, like when they first brought it to the Nintendo platforms, it was on Sega before. They had all the blood and
yeah, the history of it, right?
Yeah,
Like,
and so
the
they had
very-
to
but
change it
this
for the
one is
Nintendo.
this one sweat or is it blood?
It's
It's
blood as
sweat.
far as I know. Yeah.
Oh, it's blood.
Well, the clips you probably saw were of them attacking Reptile. So like all the clips I saw were of Reptile because like YouTube demonetizes your content if it shows blood.
Yeah, it
So
does.
all the clips that I've seen have been them ragging on Reptile because his blood is green by default.
You can't even play the game.
That explains when GameSpot had all the fatalities.
It was
I was
all
like,
Reptile.
I want to play as Reptile because I feel bad for him when I'm beating on him like this for 16 minutes.
Mhm.
Now I understand. I was
Mhm.
like, do people hate him? I was asking a lot of questions.
If
Now
you
I
watch a lot
understand.
of the other like competitive MK players, and they'll be playing and they skip the fatalities for A so they can get back into the next game, but B so that they don't get demonetized. And then when they go into the X-ray, like they use a color filter over it to confuse YouTube's algorithm. It's crazy.
That's interesting, actually. I
That's
like
very
that.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
Yeah.
The loading times on MK1 on Nintendo legit is the characters awkwardly staring at each other for a solid minute, and it's so dead silent. Film.
Hold on.
See?
Do you have
Wow.
it, filmmaker? Do you have it, or did
Oh,
you?
She has to. She has to know. She
I
has to know.
have to know.
I mean, there's
Oh,
a comment in
yeah.
there. If they made money, they don't care. So like,
They don't care if
they
it
don't
sells.
care.
They don't care.
and
They-
it also
yeah.
shows that they don't care about the quality of their hardware too. Because like you said, Chelsea and Christine, that they have the ability to make their platform stronger. Like think back to the Nintendo 64 and the GameCube when those both came out.
Yeah,
were
they have
stronger.
Marvels.
They
Yeah,
have
right.
it.
They were stronger.
They were technical marvels. You had internet on the GameCube. You could play
Right.
with your friends on the GameCube. Like
Right.
I think it was like local network or something. I didn't have friends to play with them, so I didn't get to
I thought you were gonna
experience it.
say internet. That's different.
Yeah, that's different. They
That's
weren't
even
on my
sadder.
level, but yeah. Oh my god, I had my Dreamcast while everybody else had their but
Dreamcast.
yeah, for real. But yeah,
Right.
like you saw the effort they put into the GameCube. Like, come on, they
They
could
had a
have done.
handle.
They were a handle was crazy, right? Because all you over here trying to hold your PlayStation, and it's like but you could literally walk like you were shopping with your GameCube, and they were thinking. See, like those things. Those things.
They have the capability. There's definitely some decisions they make that I don't
Let us
agree
know
with
more.
as far as the consumer, and I just feel like nothing should be $70 on the Switch.
Nah,
Nothing
nah.
should be $70.
Nothing.
The fact that
Not
all
a
their
single
first party
thing.
games are still their full price after 2 years of launch, and
So disconnected.
Yes.
Okay.
How much was
Those-
How much did I pay for that game? I gotta see how much I paid for that game.
$15 maybe 20.
Let me see. I still got this baby name up here. That's another thing. People just wild. Okay, the Elon, Aeon 23. The
Say
Oh, goodness.
the whatever he says, the
Mhm.
XAE hyphenated. Crazy. Absolutely
I'm just trying to
ridiculous.
see the price here really quick.
Are you looking at the price? Yeah, those Xbox leaks. Yeah.
Wait, so
Damn.
MK11 looked better on
Oh,
the
for
Switch
sure.
than MK1
Yeah, for
It
sure.
was $60
on the Switch?
Yeah. Yeah,
What?
it looked better.
How
way better.
how?
They looked more alive. Their faces weren't just frozen in place.
Mm.
And you could tell it wasn't just like some rushed, like deconstructed, like whatever that was.
Version of it.
Whatever port. Yeah. It was a
It's
little more
wild.
care in 11. There was definitely a little more care.
Bye, Bree.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll wrap up. This has been a lovely season of amazing times, amazing hosts, amazing year, amazing moments, and amazing guests. We've had a lot of really amazing guests, and even dipping into the world of authors, mangaka artists, and animators, and having like all fashion designers on, really tapping into the blurred pulse. And I am very grateful that we were able to do as much as we did this year. Like I said previously, this is not a series finale. It is a season finale. So we will, okay, alarm, calm down. Oh my gosh.
Oh, what a way to end that finale, baby! That is the cherry on top of the pie, everybody. Let's go! Woo! Woo! It's your girl, Chelsea Bites, checking in, and we're checking out with this on PartyChat Podcast for your season finale, everybody. Get chocolate wasted.
Take this image down.
You can hear it.
What an exciting moment. Let me put it that way. Just kind of.
Woo! That's how I felt. Yep.
Moments like that. Yes.
Is that Bree? I'm gonna kick you out. I'm gonna kick you out, Bree. Okay.
What you gonna do is the last episode of the season.
What you gonna do?
Oh my
goodness.
No, it's only whipped cream. What you mean? What you mean?
Yeah,
whipped cream,
it's
whipped cream.
just whipped cream.
Yeah,
It is whipped cream. It happened to me live on a stream. Not you saying, "Oh my lord," it was whipped cream. Okay.
Oh my
Whipped
god.
cream.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
thank you so much, guys.
So much.
Oh God. Okay, Oni, tell the people where they can find you, and if you've got something you're working on or you got something to shout out, tell the people.
Yeah. So you can find me on blackoni.com or blackoni.com/gaming, where you can see all the gaming stuff that I do. Issue 2 of my comic book that I released last year will be out at some point or another. I'm working on it. There's a lot of exciting developments going on there, and I'm excited for y'all to get to see a little bit more of what this world I'm building is going to be all about. So yeah, if you didn't buy a copy of the comic book already,
do you have it there where you could pull it up for people to see?
Or yeah.
I have one downstairs. I don't have one up here, but blackoni.com/store. It's also on Amazon. It's available on the Amazon Reader. I forget the name of the platform they have for the e-readers, but yeah, it's on there if you want to get a digital version as well. I also make coffee, so yeah, get yourself some coffee, get yourself a comic book, buy some art.
Awesome.
Support the rest of these amazing content creators.
Literally,
awesome.
I feel like y'all can Google every creator here. Google Black Oni and just follow everything, and then go and buy that book. You know what you got to do. Okay. Yeah, it's time.
Oh my God.
You know what?
Okay.
It's time to wrap this up. You're right.
right.
Nah, they put
Chelsea,
me in it again.
Yeah.
Thank you. No, we're gonna keep this quick. Thank y'all. You know who I am. Nice to see y'all. Bye. See y'all on the flip side.
Oh my goodness. Y'all are really cutting up for this last show.
You should have said we just on hiatus. You should have said season finale.
Look, you brought me on for this episode. You knew what you signed up for.
You right, Oni.
Oh dear. I didn't sign up for that abuse that just happened 2 seconds ago.
Hey, that didn't happen. Don't worry about it.
All right. So thank you guys again. You can check out PartyChat Podcast on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. We're going to actually have more different. Oh, gosh. I don't even look at the screen. You know what? Screw y'all. Okay. See you when I see you. All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Follow us. See you soon.